man of action.
Abdul's like, I gotta go and greet the people.
Yeah.
So have you met Katie with my team?
Actually,
I think you did. You guys met before, yeah?
Nice to meet you.
Hello.
Hi.
You know, so
You're my favorite, my guy.
Which direction are we going here?
that's weird.
Come on, bro.
What's up, guys? How long you guys been waiting out here? 2 hours. God damn. Okay. All right. All right.
Thank you for coming to the better campus of the two.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's go.
All right. They're still. Okay. All right. I have to pee. That's why I'm running inside.
I don't know where the bathroom is, so that's
It's all good. We'll figure it out.
We'll
Figure it out. I have to go inside. Sorry.
Ooh, it's a little chilly.
It is chilly. You got that nice jacket though.
Hey, thank you. Appreciate you guys. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh damn, we got snacks and everything. Hello. All right. Well, you don't have to come with me. I'm going to the restroom.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
All right. Yeah, you just stay with them.
Okay. I'm pretty sure they're walking this way too.
Good to see you. How you doing, man? You good? Good to see you. How are you? Good? How you doing, man? You good? How you doing, man? You good? Been a minute. For sure.
Why do I listen to Hasan?
Yeah.
Okay, I think it's right. Hasan's going.
All right, it's the Marchie show.
Okay. Those are like 3 except.
Can you take me to the green room or wherever? Oh, okay, great.
Crazy.
No,
Beautiful hallway.
That's fine. That's fine.
Congress here. I'm the co-founder of the Sunrise Movement. Roy and Casey and a lot of people right here in this district. Very interesting race. We've got 2 carpetbaggers, frankly, from the establishment. All
right, well, yeah, with you chat quietly.
Organizer, and we're going to split. We're going to shock the world and select the president.
Let me open you guys up so I can see what you're saying. And fix the lighting a bit too. It's so bright out there, but very poorly lit in here. As it goes. As is my plight. Hi, chat. Back in the cold weather. Can't lie, I low-key miss Cali a bit. Yes, please open me up, Marchie Poop. Oh, that's enough chat for today. Pants are glorious, thank you. They all went to the bathroom. What if Marchie had to go to the bathroom?
Hi, I'm Katie. What's up? Nice to meet you. Katie. Nice to meet you. I'm Casey. Nice to meet you. I'm looking forward to dinner with you guys
Are they
tomorrow.
all in the restroom?
I'll bring them all this way.
Are they all in the restroom?
The people are already there. Okay. Yeah, they all went to the bathroom, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Hi.
I'm gonna move you all to that side. You guys all start and take a photo.
We're good, I'm just waiting for Hasan.
I'm Roxy.
Hi, March. Nice to meet you, Roxy.
And then you guys can gather here.
I never know if I should go by March or Mauricio in these settings because it's like, March is my internet name. That is what I'm known for. That is like my username, and it's also kind of become my real name. But then it also feels weird to like meet complete total normies who barely even know what Twitch is and be like, I'm March, the gamer tag. But it's like, then if I say Mauricio too much, then it gets confusing. Oh my god, why are we glorping?
Yeah. We'll just have to move all
Mauricio, Miranda. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep going with March. It's easier.
Chad's done after Chad's turn. Okay.
Then I end up on like email lists and identification things. Oh.
No one's moving that fast. Yeah, there we go.
Gonna scoot over here.
All right, first person here. Lupe, you want to start us off? And then we'll go around. They're going straight. Okay, and then you'll hand me your cell phone. If you want a cell phone.
Bro's taking his sweet ass time. What's going on in there, you know?
Okay.
You could tell we're like, no idea where we're
This is the green room. Make them promise you.
Yeah.
You don't still look a lot different. No, that's a class. So, you can go all the way to that door. And stay in the
The green room is just a curtain popped up in a hallway. So I'm trying not to be. I'm trying to make myself small. I know there's a class going on. I always find it so interesting coming to these college campuses as somebody who is a college dropout. We made it. I ended up going to college eventually, just not the way my parents probably thought I would have.
Yeah, I told him that too.
Right, I did default to a C.
There's just some freedom calls out.
Most of the internet here is not great. I'm trying to read chat, but I
Wow.
can't just...
All right.
Oh, hi.
Race to go in.
All right.
Okay.
Excuse me.
These are some of our VIPs.
Hi.
Hey.
Right.
The other two went to the restroom. So
Yeah,
we'll start
no, I
photos
know.
after that. And go
Okay.
from there.
Oh, we're snapping pics together. Is that what we're gonna be
We're
doing?
gonna do a photo line real quick,
Okay.
and then maybe a little.
Do you want me to just wait here? Where do you want me to go?
Just wait.
Okay.
Or you can wait right out there.
Where do you want to be photographed?
I don't care. I have no idea what my hair looks like right now because I've been wearing this
Alright, I
hat the
got you.
entire time, and I feel like it's probably not great. Actually, you know what? It doesn't look too bad, right? Hat hair, but in like. Can you tell? Can you tell it's hat hair, chat?
I think you like it.
Hopefully it's fine. I think it's fine. Oh, Jake Paul did blackface. Nice.
Wow.
Classic.
Like today?
Yeah, he did blackface to portray himself as Drewski. Because why not?
Wow. That is not the same thing.
Well, yeah, still is. I think.
No, I'm saying like when Drewski does whiteface versus.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, he's that was his counter.
Let me introduce you. Will Lawrence, running for Congress. This
Nice to meet
district.
you.
Son Piker. I feel extraordinarily short in this conversation.
Progressive organizer, co-founder of the Sunrise Movement,
So we got
running
some
against
stuff for
two
me.
carpetbagging
Are you good?
war hawks in this race, and
I know.
pro-Palestine, anti-war, yes to housing and healthcare, no to bonds and billionaires. And you're the man, so thanks for being here. Nice to meet you.
Oh yeah?
I don't know if I can give this to you or your guy here, but I'd love to get on the stream sometime. This just lays out why I think this race is worth fighting, worth winning.
All right, absolutely.
But thanks for standing strong, brother. It's been a hell of a couple
You too.
weeks.
Good luck.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. What are we? So do we take photos?
Let me
or
grab some.
Is that?
And this is Isaac and Ben, who are campaign volunteers. They're big fans of
Nice
this.
to meet you. Nice to meet you, man. That's good. All right.
So, Representative, let me introduce you to Will Lawrence, running for Congress.
I met him already.
Back when I let you.
You when you left me? Yeah, exactly.
I'm so sorry.
That's why when I saw y'all having a conversation, I was like, I already had it.
Good. I've got it.
All right, we're gonna get started with our first photo, and then people can rotate to the sandwich section. Sound good? Lupe, you want to grab him, and
Okay.
do you
So I
want to go
think-
together?
Are we doing singles with everyone, or are we all three of us in the photos with everybody?
I
How do
think
you guys want to
we
do
should
it?
do triples.
I think
Yeah,
we should do
makes
triples.
sense.
Yeah. All right.
I think we got room.
Lupe's my campaign mom. She's the yeah, she's like the Mexican mother I've always wanted.
I have one of those.
Get it now. 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna take several and amazing. Thank you.
Look this way once, and done.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks, Lupe. Do you have a cell phone?
Yeah, here you go.
It'll be faster.
Appropriate height.
There you go.
Yeah, that's all. That was like, wow, man.
Okay, big smile.
Man, it's summer, you look
Great.
I know. Honestly, I'm used to it.
Amazing, thank you.
I am what I am.
Thank you, brother.
It's all right, we got 6 minutes.
Hi. Yeah, that's what I say all the time.
Thanks for coming
You want me
out.
to hold it?
Nice to meet you, brother. Here we are.
This is more appropriate.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, when I do peace signs and all my pictures, everybody talks
I always.
I do too. It's like, that's my go-to.
Okay, awesome.
Well, we're back. I get to do it now.
Oh, and we take this in a couple,
Yeah.
and amazing, thank
There's
you.
gonna be a story. I'm a duelist wishing everybody peace.
Sorry.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, Will kind of brought me along to like sort of like try to gas him up to you to try to get him to throw it.
It worked.
I'll hold this.
Yeah, it's nice meeting you, man.
It's good
I'll hold
to
this.
see you, brother.
Hey, very good to meet you.
HasanAbi has always got the Zin on deck. What's going on? Nice to meet you.
Hey, appreciate you being here, man. Thank you.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you for coming all the way to beautiful Michigan State.
Of course.
You know?
Good to see you. How are you?
Okay, awesome. And keep looking here. Amazing. Lots of everything.
Millennial peace signs in the
You don't believe
house.
it. Why are they from Millennial?
This is
That's what
what Zimmer's
I feel
I know, I
good to
saw
say
him.
it.
Can somebody explain this to me?
Clock it.
Come on, and I want y'all to know that this don't got nothing to use the right thing. Also, this don't have anything to do with Gen Z.
Yeah. Well, most of like the Gen Z stuff is just stolen AAVE, right? I mean,
That was it?
Yeah, that was it.
all right. Perfect.
You're up for Roxy now.
Did I see you running for chair? Or did
Roximus, where are we now? Roxy,
Well,
can
we
you give us a
have,
direct, by the
yes,
way?
hello,
Congresswoman
Congresswoman Lee.
She has the uniform on.
the whole life, yeah.
We were almost matching. I'm so sorry. Okay, yeah, no.
What are we doing now?
Sorry, one more. I missed the college
Come.
Our host.
Good to see you. Thank you guys, appreciate you, good to see you.
I'm such a college.
We met a bunch of times.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm Summer. I'm very used to this. Please vote for this man. Like, consider it.
How do you want to do it?
Okay.
Okay, you want to go to the set?
Every other. There
We're doing my height here.
It is perfectly
Yes, we figured this out.
Okay, perfect. Okay, right. And one more. Amazing, thank you.
Thank you guys.
So
Appreciate you.
Nice to meet you guys. Thank
Thank you guys.
All right, so
I'm so happy I'm not running state live. My goodness.
I don't know what the schedule is, but like when does the whole thing start?
So we're starting at 4:30.
Uh-huh.
If you guys are down for it, we've got Adam Red from Politico here. We'd love to talk to y'all.
You guys know each other.
And then if you guys are okay with it, we'd love to bring CNN in for a quick interview.
You good? You good?
Yeah, yeah.
Are you good to talk to CNN too? Yeah?
Manu Raju.
Awesome.
Oh, Manu's
Yeah,
here?
yeah, it's
Manu's
Manu.
here. He was the guy who was calling you. That was Manu.
All right. Well, Adam's
It wasn't.
good to go.
You want to do it here or you want to,
Yeah, right here's my
You don't use it right here in the lobby.
I'm cool with whatever.
Let's put it.
Yeah, can we go out there and get mom?
No, you said that they were here.
Quietly scream it for forgiveness.
Yeah, when I said here, I mean like literally here.
It's our footage to Chad.
Politico is making you do the vertical video too.
this way.
Adam,
Want to move them there? Is that better?
pivoting to video.
He's made his transition.
Yeah.
We're all traders now.
Yeah, whenever I see like Jake Tapper in his car doing like a vertical video format, I'm like, that's
Sign of the times.
yeah.
Hassan, what do you think of Abdul's opponent, Mallory McMorrow, saying that you're like Nick Fuentes?
I think it's a heinous smear. I don't really think McMorrow knows anything about me. Some of the senators, like Elise Slotkin and Cory Booker, have been even more forthcoming about openly not knowing who I am, claiming that they don't know who I am, and admitting that they're just basically delivering talking points that someone else has given them. I don't fault them for it. They're trying to win a race. It is a heinous smear at the end of the day. And it's one that many of these groups actually apply because they can't have a conversation about Israel's influence over American foreign policy on moral terms. So instead of attacking the message, they attack the messenger.
Yeah, what do you think of Alyssa Slotkin joining Bill Maher and saying that that's okay, but not willing to?
Yeah, I mean, this double standard is existent in American politics. Islamophobia is oftentimes not considered at all. Bill Maher is not only an Islamophobe, but he's also demonstrated anti-blackness at every turn. But at the end of the day, he is representative of the same forces of politics in this country that are aligned with the establishment goals, and therefore there's never a question about participating on his show. I think the reason why a lot of people are very critical about what I've said and the manufactured outrage is because it's a way to possibly tie up Abdul El-Sayed with radical politics. I don't think any of the politics that we demonstrate are radical at all. I think we're speaking to a lot of people. That's why there's a lot of people out here, a lot of young people, a lot of old people as well, because they're sick and tired of business as usual politics. They want something more. They want more responsive politicians that will say no to endless wars and instead will demand that the wealthiest nation on earth take care of its citizens.
Abdul, are there any views that Hasan holds that you would disavow while you're with him right now?
I'm not here to disavow people's views. I'm here to have a conversation about how to get money out of politics, put money back in pockets, and pass Medicare for all. That's the conversation that folks are here to listen to. This whole gotcha game, platform policing, cancel culture, I thought we were over it. I thought we lived through the whole discourse of should have gone on Rogan. And there's a lot that I would look at what Rogan said that I would disavow. And I'd still go on his show. And so I just think that we need to get over this if we're serious about winning elections. At the end of the day, not everybody reads Politico, as much as I know you wish and I wish that they did. Not everybody watches CNN, not everybody watches MS Now or Fox and Friends, which I did this morning, despite the fact that I disagree with them on, I don't know, almost everything when it comes to this war and the Trump administration. At the end of the day, though, I'm not policing platforms. I'm going on platforms to have conversations about the kind of politics that we want to build. I think Hasan has built painstakingly a platform for folks who feel like they've been locked out of our politics. It's critical that we share conversations with them. You see the kind of excitement that creates, and that's what we're focused on right now.
But do you concede there's a difference between campaigning with him and going on his Twitch stream?
I think that's a very old-fashioned question, frankly. I think at the end of the day, like, we streamed on the way here, so I was on the stream. We're going to be streaming the entire conversation, and I think the question of, again, you cannot engage with somebody's platform because you might disagree with some of the things that they said. I think that is exactly, that kind of platform policing is exactly why Democrats too often fail to get our message out to everybody. If we believe in our message, then you've got to be willing to take it everywhere. We talked earlier today, Adam, about the role of persuasion in our politics. I think too often Democrats have forgotten how to persuade. And part of that is because too often we don't think our positions are persuasive enough. I think my positions are plenty persuasive. So I'm going to take them everywhere, and I'm going to go have conversations with folks I agree with, folks I disagree with, folks that we share nothing with. I've done content with food creators and workout creators, but I want to take my message everywhere. And I think Hasan has built an audience around that, and so I'm grateful that he's here with us today to have a conversation to build a room about how we get money out of politics, put money back in pockets, and pass Medicare for all.
Last question, Hasan. What does the 2028 Democrats' pushback against you say about their effort to rebuild a big Democratic tent?
I feel like there are a lot of people that are worried that this primary cycle is going to reshape the future of the Democratic Party with a vision that puts people first as opposed to corporate entities and foreign countries' interests first. And there are some people who I think are worried about what that says about their position. We saw with Zohran Mamdani's victory and the response that some in the establishment of the Democratic Party and the forces that they aligned with within the Republican Party, how many hurdles they set up in front of him. And I don't think it was because they were worried that Zohran was going to be unsuccessful. I think they were worried that he would become successful, and we've seen that already. His popularity has grown throughout time because he's demonstrating competent governance and showing the entire country as a national figure that you can really dial in and work for your constituents, the people that elected you, without compromising on your values. And that causes a little bit of tension with politicians that unfortunately don't want to do that. They want to sit around, collect paychecks, get unlimited corporate lobbying money. They want lobbyists to write their legislation for them, and they're calcified in their ways. And they're worried that this would actually cause them to maybe do their job for once. But that's precisely the enmity and anger and resentment that I've seen when I go out to places like Minneapolis, when I go out to No Kings protests. Not only are my fans there, not only are people in my demographic are there, you know, people under the age of 35 that say we want more from the Democrats, we want them to actively fight back against the Trump administration. We want to re-examine our relationship with Israel. There are a lot of older people there as well, you know, wealthy, educated, white women that are over the age of 65 that share that exact same resentment. And these people are not there because they've watched my content. They didn't arrive at these conclusions because, you know, they're watching me on Twitch for 8 hours a day. They arrived at those conclusions because the contradictions are worsening, and it's becoming undeniable that a change, a real significant seismic change, is a necessity, so that we can combat the forces of fascism in this country and move America in a positive trajectory for once, because our downfall is imminent, really. I think a lot of people are worried. They want to continue doing business as usual politics, and that's the reason why they're reacting the way that they are.
And I just want to say, like, I'm going to be the oldest person who is on stage today at 41 years old, right? You've got a politician in Representative Lee who has been leading on these values for 8 years since she's been in public service. And I want to give you a chance to talk a little bit about what it means for us to build a vanguard of a politics that doesn't back down, that fights on its values, that takes on corporate power, that takes on AIPAC, that is willing to speak about the beautiful future we actually really want to build. Because when I think about the kind of senator that I'd like to be, I think about people like you. So I'm grateful that you're here.
Thank you. I appreciate that. No, I mean, I think that right now we're in an incredibly difficult moment. And I think about my life as a representative. I represent 755,000 diverse, different human beings who have a span of values and ideologies, and some of the conversations are tougher than others, and some of the ones we have are right in our alley and right in our comfort zone. Right now, we are in the midst of fascism. We are in it. And I think that for Americans in America, sometimes it's hard to admit that. But the work that we're actually going to have to do to get us out of this moment, to build what comes next, is going to take us having difficult conversations, going to have us going through tension, demonstrating what courage looks like, demonstrating what it means to be an elected official or a candidate who stands for something, who fights for something, who brings in new people. So I'm proud to stand with Abdul today. I'm proud to be here in a swing state, not too dissimilar from my own, to say that we are creating a party in a country that we can be proud of, that we are willing to fight for. And I think that that's worth doing, right? And I think that right now when we have a president who is live tweeting, you know, the most maniacal things, that the attention of the media, that the attention of my own colleagues right now, who, mind you, have not called us back into session, right? I think we need to start talking about that. I think that we need to get very serious about our priorities right now. We have a little bit of time right now. Every single student we talk to may be the difference between whether or not this swing state has a Democrat in the Senate or another rubber stamp for Donald Trump's wars, for his stated genocides, for his unconstitutional power grabs, right? All of those things. It's important that we keep the main thing the main thing. And I want to have an Abdul in office right now who will fight against that, and not another Republican who will continue to allow this, who will continue to turn around, who will act like we don't need to be in session of invoking the 25th Amendment, impeaching him. Right now, let's talk about that.
Thanks all.
Thank you.
No problem.
Good to see you.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you.
Can you just do one quick question on audio, just unrelated? It's just about Schumer.
The never-ending show.
Let's do it quickly. And then, are you guys, you're open to CNN?
How often?
Sure, yeah. I'm open to everybody. I don't care. I'll talk to anybody.
Honestly, it doesn't come up that often. More often, people are focused on the structure of our politics that brings corporate money and special interest.
Was it?
Well, it exists unedited on the internet. So.
Yeah. Now we all know the sinister ways in which they edit. No, I'm just kidding.
What I'm hearing all the time is, hey, I can't afford
No.
rent.
I'm more worried about my hair and the way it looks. I'm also worried about I didn't prepare a speech. And it's March's fault, Chad. It's March's fault because he was like, you're so much better when you're on it, when you're doing off the top dome. So I'm just going to go out there and I'm going to spit. I'm going to spit. I'm going to talk about unity. I'm going to talk about courage, boldness. I'm going to talk about maintaining revolutionary optimism at a time when there's so much instability and so much pain.
Chat is thanking me right now, I'm sure.
Have you ever prepared a speech? I did. I prepared one at Stanford. And then Mark said it wasn't good.
Snooze fest. No, I'm just kidding.
Mark said it was ass. That's what happened. Do I want to, like, take it off?
Okay,
Put it
great. So
somewhere?
just bring it back? I can
Keep it on.
Wait, why?
That's cool.
I'll keep it on for now.
Do you want us to put it in the van while you guys are out there?
Are you wearing Carhartt because you got inspired by my
I'm sorry.
He's in the Midwest. I mean, he's
That's
like
crazy. No, I
know
love
Carhartt's in Dearborn.
Yeah.
That's
No,
what the fact is.
I love Carhartt. It's the most like reliable gear that you can wear. I've been wearing Carhartt. Also, otherwise they're like socialist, but wealthy. No, I'm kidding.
So hot. Just so you guys know.
Yeah,
It's,
wealthy
like, so
socialist. Even when we went to Cuba, that's what they were saying. They're like, look at all of his clothes. Like,
I saw it. I caught that one.
that's so crazy. It's like
socialism means thing.
yeah. You know what's really funny? No, you know what I love? You know what I loved about that?
Where are your ranks?
Washington Post opinion made a video about that, and I was like, "You're owned by Jeff Bezos. What are you talking about? Like, you're about to be fired by Jeff Bezos, one of the wealthiest people on the planet."
The car warm?
All right, who do I give this to now?
I'll take it to the van.
Okay, thank you so much. I had to button it up a little bit, both with my speech and also with the optics.
What time are you speaking?
We're gonna do CBS instead.
Yeah.
CBS, okay?
Oh.
I don't care. I told you I'll do it.
My favorite was he was like,
We have no.
I immediately was like, oh my god. I love it. I just like that's one of the like what the old question is.
Yeah. She's like, it's also, I mean, you brought this up in your video too, where it's like, you talk 10 hours a day, in 10-second increments, you're gonna find something.
yes.
You're gonna find something that is questionable.
You know, I've known ever since I ran for office, everything I use can be clipped against me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like, it's a hard way to live your life that way. You know what I mean? And
That's
like,
why he's not a politician.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
just
I'm
like,
not.
honestly.
But also, like, the time is very different now for a new kind of politician anyway. We are unironically imposing this like restriction on ourselves because that is how normal people speak.
Also,
like, I know we have to be buttoned up, but
like,
Donald Trump's president.
bro, like, I mean, like, the end of perfectly inoffensive politics
Yeah.
should have been the first time Donald Trump got elected president. You're like, all right, so.
And for the record, what matters most, I think, is your principles, your
Yes,
values.
what are
and
you
not
actually
like-
about?
I'm very offended by the things we do every day.
Yeah.
Again, I mean, really.
I'm offended by it. Like I'm offended by the policy that comes out of Washington.
And it's all like this stupid messaging stuff.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I'm offended by the right.
Yeah.
I'm harmed by the policy.
Yeah. No, it's a twofer for Trump. It's both bad policy and then also horrible rhetoric
Oh, that
as
little one you
well.
have is not.
This one is the one that you always give me. I don't know what this is for.
I don't know what that one's for. CNN.
This is CNN.
Yeah. Is that good there?
Thank you.
The trek.
No, I actually just said that. I love the name.
Where's your name?
She never got me a name.
Pick it up.
You never got him.
It's crazy. You know, staff. I get it.
It's messed up.
Crazy.
I got you. I got you. Do your job.
Yeah, it's my bad, man. I'm
She's like
sorry.
the people who ask you how come your clothes were too nice today in Cuba.
Yeah.
He was one of the guys. He was one of the guys asking.
It was me?
Yeah, he was tweeting from a sock account like, "Yo, this motherfucker has a nice ass.
Can we do one more
some
picture,
nice
guys?
ass glasses."
So we have our
my bad.
World Chums advisor here. So we're gonna grab a quick photo.
Please. Stop it. Stop. You're triggering me.
Sorry.
I'm Summer. It's very nice to meet you. keys in so that we're in the thing.
The red was the center.
Oh, okay.
Here, we can come more.
Very else censor. Okay.
Let's, you want to have them both and say if we do strong.
Are you taking a picture?
Okay, so let's.
I've been looking at all of them.
There
Yeah.
you go. Ready? 1, 2, 3. What's up?
I just want her to have to.
You got options.
I was like, is that her real phone? I was like, let's move to her
We
phone
get
over.
options. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Did you hear where dinner is?
I didn't read it.
Yeah, that's fine.
I thought you would enjoy that. Of course. I haven't hyped it up.
There's a lot of green artifacting apparently taking place.
Because the reception in here is dog water.
Oh, okay. It's on schedule for 4:50. He speaks right after the student speaker. Summer Lee will speak after him. Okay.
Do we have some new folks coming? The Zingerman's team. I love them.
Okay, there's like no reception. We're like in a bunker.
Okay. I mean, there's a little bit of green artifacting, but it's like overall fine, right?
I can't tell. My phone doesn't work.
Chad, is it really bad?
By the way, nice to meet you. Yeah.
Chad, is it really bad?
So we have CBS. It's gonna do.
I'm trying to. There's very little internet in here. We could use the college internet.
There's any Wi-Fi.
Yeah, from Pittsburgh.
There's no Wi-Fi
I don't see a
available.
single network.
But college campus. No, there is. Is MSU net. Guess.
We're pushing start time back a little bit, and there's 2 Michigan reporters. I'd love for you all to stay on seriously.
We know we're gonna have
Where does student reporters?
What the heliante?
Okay, I feel like
Yeah, we're
Leah,
gonna try to get one.
like she's a doppelganger of Leah.
I see it. I see
Definitely.
it. Yeah, I see it.
Oh well, it'll be difficult though with the capture.
Yes.
The
Sorry, I haven't got back.
entry point. Like you have to agree. That's hard on TVU, right?
Yeah.
No, we gotta.
This is actually an audition.
Anyway, anything new happening, Chad, that I need to know of? Keep me updated on the situation monitoring as we're here getting ready for speeches. You have hat hair in the back.
Say it to his face.
Actually, be funny if you started your speech.
We're gonna bring Andy back. We could have you guys back.
Hi, how are you?
After you guys, I think you're not off the hook yet, man.
Thank you for
Are you having
having
a good time?
Is it just us, or is it just Abdul?
Actually, all the works. You're like the whole team.
Two mics.
I'm gonna wait and see. It looked like I asked
I have this one, so I. Okay, yeah.
Or do you just want Abdul, or you?
Do you want everybody, or do you want just Abdul?
If you all would love to participate, we'll take whoever.
If they would love to
We'll take
participate.
whoever. Watching you're in.
You got this one.
Ready to go.
Like if it's any lower than would love, then just
Yeah. If you really like it, get out of here.
She's like, I'm okay with him.
Okay, great. That would be great.
All right, you guys wanna?
I'm in my favorite
I saw her.
recording cast.
I saw her reposition the camera when she said I'd be down to do it.
Can you check if I still have
Yeah, that camera's
charging?
too. I'm way too short for that camera.
Definitely not for me, man.
Is it connected?
I'm a tall 5'8".
Is it connected though?
Do you know how many people come up to me and they're like, you know?
I thought she'd be taller.
Exactly. Like, you're a lot. I don't know how to say this.
91% is no longer charging.
I'm like, yeah, thanks.
Swap it? Oh
Stand right
shit.
there.
I'll swap it easy though.
It's like this man's a
I'll swap it.
giant. I'm 6'5".
Oh, okay.
Personally.
That's what we tell people.
My personality is 6'5".
Oh my gosh, she says the same thing.
I'm gonna ask someone to do
USB-C charger?
She has a 6'5" energy. That's
There
her.
it is.
That's her phrase.
Yeah, and just throw it on there.
That's not what you say it to. It's not.
Does anyone in any of the teams have a USB-C charger that we can put to a wall mount somewhere?
Certainly, I think.
It's an iPhone charger.
I know. Yeah, I should do in the car. Like
It would thank you forever.
It has to be connected to a
Oh,
wall
Brian.
mount.
Brian's got you. Brian,
Got it.
you got it.
Okay,
I
cool.
like the black on black, man. Thank you. You stole my fundraising look. I like it. You do it a lot better than me. You're like very Gen Z about it. Very like millennial about it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, perfect. Thank you so much.
That goes to Brian on my team here.
Perfect. And apparently our bit rate keeps dropping. We need to. I'm gonna try to move to that side.
All right, yeah.
Anyone
Sorry,
else want to join?
I got it passed
Okay,
through.
yeah, no, you're good.
Excuse me, sorry.
guys get to see how the sausage is made.
All right,
Like
there you go,
this?
both of us.
Oh,
This guy's taking notes. He's about to bust. He's gonna do all of it.
let me just adjust real quick.
Not getting it.
Okay, there we go. You have you both in frame.
You're like a one-woman show. It's very impressive.
Thank you.
Like I was just like really like balancing the thing. You got the mic. Really just
All
inspiring.
right. Thank you very much. Well, thank you both very much for being here and for having me. I would love to know, I'm from DC, have been monitoring Twitter for the majority of the week. There's been a lot of controversy about this event. And I'm just curious, from YouTube, what is your reaction to that controversy? Do you think it's overblown coming from Washington? Or what have you been hearing from the people that you're speaking to
The
here?
President of the United States just tweeted about wanting to do a genocide in Iran. And the fact that this is the controversy to me says everything we need to know about what DC focuses on. I don't pay much attention to DC. I pay attention to Michigan because I'm running for Senate in Michigan. And here in Michigan, people can't afford their health care. Here in Michigan, people can't afford to fill up a tank because of the war that's being fought out of DC. And meanwhile, half the stuff the president is tweeting about, when he's not tweeting about his genocidal fantasies in Iran, he's tweeting about the drapes in a building. And so at the end of the day, like, I just don't take my cues from there. We're focused on reaching out to people who feel locked out of our politics because they cannot afford the basic means of a dignified life. And that's what we're focused on here. That's what these events are about. And we're excited to be able to take that message out to folks across our state. So.
I think that people should probably keep their eyes on the ball and focus on things that are world-changing events that are imminent right now. We already have a global energy crisis. There's very little attention on that, and it's born out of the appetite that this administration has to do unlimited death and destruction campaigns overseas that are costly for the voters, that are deadly for the people that happen to be under those bombs. That's what people should be focusing on, and they should be creating a robust line of defense because that's what the situation requires right now. These are endless distractions, and the reality of the matter is most people that I encounter out in the real world don't care about this stuff at all. They never come up and say, hey, I can't believe you said this controversial thing that I saw that's 10 seconds long. They are at most supportive, if they even bring it up at all.
And you went there before I could. The president put out a Truth Social this morning that I think some found alarming about, an end of a civilization. What was your gut reaction to seeing that post this morning?
I'll be honest with you, I have kids. I thought about my kids. You imagine talking with that kind of language about people's kids? I mean, that's where I went. So 93 million people, talking about maybe 30% of them under 18. I'm talking about 30 million people that he is perfectly okay talking about wiping off the face of the earth in my name, in your name, in all of our name. That's where my mind went. And I think we have a responsibility to stand up against that and condemn that in all possible terms, and to make sure that our government doesn't get weaponized to take us into a war we can't extract ourselves from, that is burning and torching our tax dollars to raise our gas prices to destroy other people. Like, that is not what my vision for a beautiful America is. My vision for a beautiful America is one where people get health care, where you don't have to worry about the quality of schools you send your kids to, where you can work the same job tomorrow you worked yesterday. That's what he said he was going to do. And he's just gotten us into, 3 wars since the year started alone, talking about blowing up people's children. It's disgusting.
It's fascist. It's exterminationist. It's unfortunately where we're at in American politics right now. And unfortunately, it's unrestrained. We need to use every single pressure valve that we can, every single hurdle that we can throw in the direction of this administration. Otherwise, we will be remembered in the dustbin of history in the way that Adolf Hitler was, in the way that other tyrants, brutal tyrants were.
What do you mean by that? What is the response that you think Democrats or the progressives need to have in this moment?
It's like everybody. I mean, like, my guy's tweeting about genocide.
Yeah.
They're like, it is not a, I think we sometimes think about our politics through the lens of, what is the politically right thing to do. Like, as a human, you should have a particular gut reaction to somebody talking about killing 93 million people. And I think in politics, people want to know that their representatives care on a human level. So I think everybody, and like to me, if this is not a crucible for Republicans, you're going to go along with this too. He's talking about what 93 million people. People were more offended that he dropped an F-bomb on Easter than they are about the fact that he talked about genocide of 93 million people, right? I don't care what you think about Iran. I don't care what you think about Iranians. They're human beings. So you're talking about wiping a whole civilization away. Why? Because you got into a war you never should have got us into, and now you're stuck in a quagmire, and the best thing you can do is rattle your saber? It's bullshit. I mean, it's like, it is, we just need to get past this question of like, what is the right political thing to say, and get to a question of like, what is the right human thing to feel? What do we want as a society to be like? And I don't want to live in a society where people are telling us that somehow this is just a political football. I want to live in a society where we embrace one another's humanity and the humanity of other people, and that guides our engagement with politics. So meanwhile, people in our own country, there are people who are going to die today because they didn't get the health care they needed. There are kids who are going to go to school in a school where they're going to freeze because the heater doesn't work. There are people who are going to get fired today from jobs that should have existed. Like, that's our country. And my guy wants to talk about wiping 93 million people off the face of the map.
And you know, my last question is, you're here doing these events on college campuses. What are you hearing from young people that is not registering with Democratic Party leadership? Or what are you just hearing in general from them that you are relating to and getting on their level here?
So I'll let Hasan speak to this because he spends 8 hours a day, famously, Twitch streaming to them. I will tell you this though. You know, there's a weird thing about getting older. I'm not young anymore, but I'm also not old. And I'm in this position now to have reflected on what it was like to be in my 20s. And I remember being in my 20s and being so excited about the election of Barack Obama and the future that we could live in. If you're in your 20s today, all you've known is a world in which big banks got away with a financial crisis that they created that probably cost you or a neighbor your home. You know a world where big tech has, used their machines to siphon off your eyeballs and eardrums. You know a world where Donald Trump has been a fixture of our politics. You know a world in which all we've done is fight wars that we didn't need to fight. Like, that's what it feels like to be young. And honestly, what I'm hearing from folks is that nihilism that is well born out of public policy that we've created in this country. And what I'm trying to do is have a conversation about what does it look like to actually show up for each other in a time where everyone tells you that it's futile. That daring, that willingness to do the thing that everybody tells you is futile, that your politics have told you is futile, that's the kind of righteous action that we need right now. That's what this campaign is built of. So I can't promise anybody any victory. What I can promise you is failure if we don't try. And so our job is to put ourselves into a future that we want to build, put everything of ourselves there. And sometimes you play righteous defense, but sometimes you can actually win. And that's why I want to have these conversations. I go everywhere, talk to everybody. I started my day talking to Fox and Friends, right? Which is not known for having a young audience. But there are a lot of people on that set of channels that feel left out because MAGA tricked them into yet another forever war. And I'm really excited to be able to have this conversation here because I know young people deserve a lot better than the politics they've been getting. Hasan, I know you talk to young folks all day, every day. So what are you hearing?
I mean, it's exactly what you just pointed out. People want more responsive politics. They want to end to the forever wars. As a matter of fact, I think Donald Trump was able to dupe a lot of young people, specifically young men, with his message, with his lies, really. And a lot of people are feeling frustrated. There's definitely a lot of young men who feel like they were duped, taken advantage of. And I hope that the Democrats can be a little bit more responsive and a little bit more responsible to their needs. They have a massive affordability crisis. There's a lack of hope for a better future right now. And it's a cancerous attitude that we unfortunately have. And one of the two parties has to address it. I hope the Democrats can learn from candidates like Abdul and the message that they're presenting and be bold and not shy away because they're worried about corporate donations or they're worried about what lobbyists might think. They're worried about the pressure campaign that they might face, and instead be more responsive to the needs of their base and actually represent their interests rather than the interests of corporations and the super wealthy. That is the overwhelming message. It's one that Bernie Sanders very clearly was able to tap into. It's this anxiety that the youth felt, and they were totally right on it. And I think I just want our representatives to represent us and represent the youth. They are poorer on average. They feel the economic forces a lot more than well-to-do voters do, and unfortunately they get sidecast in this conversation quite a bit.
we gotta stop pretending jadedness is seriousness. You know, and I think young people deserve a lot better than that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you both
Thanks, Anna.
so much. Pleasure to see you again. Thank you very much.
Nice to meet you.
In about 10 minutes, we're gonna knock out a few more interviews if that's okay. That way we can keep this film shorter.
Whew, okay. We'll take a drink.
That was good.
That's great.
I have not been able to check Twitch once, so I have no idea.
No, it's working. They're watching.
Can you make sure the HDMI is secure
I
here?
literally be on something one time.
I lose track of life.
No worries. I don't forget faces. So I mentioned
Maybe
before, but
it's not
charged.
You don't have to embarrass me.
It's still not charging for some reason.
No, I had coffee.
Faces and names. That one wasn't charged fully either. Oh,
It's over.
No, it's just there's reason.
I got you.
Yeah, hopefully.
You think that's gonna help?
Sorry.
We have a.
Alright.
Okay, well, that one's working on that one.
Do we have another USB-C charger?
Hi guys, how are you?
She's ready. We can actually.
Wow, legend.
Thank you so much.
And in the meantime, I'll swap to the other one.
God damn it! This is why I said we need the.
The wall charger, yeah. It's okay, we'll figure it out. We'll make it work.
The other one we can potentially hurry up and when we head back. All we need to do is like make it through this.
We will.
Sorry, our stick might kind of hit the dust.
We're gonna do about 4 minutes if possible.
Here you go, plug that in.
Oh, this is not a USB-C charger. It's not a USB-C charger. It's a USB charger. Do we have a USB-C one? This is lightning.
I got one in the car. We're gonna get it from the car.
Yeah, definitely need it. Yeah, we need this.
You got one?
Of course.
USB-C.
Universal charger?
Yeah, but it's fine.
You know what? In my jacket. In the car.
No, we need it. We need to plug it to a wall.
Portable would work though.
Wait, do you just get blocked?
No, we need a charger. The USB-C cord.
Wait. See if the other end is.
See what the other end is? The old one?
No, it's the old one.
Damn. Okay. All right, I'll go get it from.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, it's charging now.
I'm just so grateful to go to all of the
And the camera battery is fine for now. So
What?
it's charging right now.
You have extra spare batteries, right?
I do not.
You don't have a camera spare battery?
No, but it'll last a while. We'll make it.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I have them in my backpack, but I didn't think we'd need it. We will make it. You're not. Best word of the stand for the or for the signal.
What?
I don't know where to stand best for the signals. I can't check my phone.
Okay. Yeah. Did you log into the regular internet? Because if you log into the regular internet, it'll help you.
It didn't even show up.
Bit rate a bit low. It's gonna be low, chatters.
They thought they were getting somebody who was going to stand up to the system. Turns out
No,
he was the worst manifestation of the worst.
Yeah, it's true. You don't.
What is your reaction to what President Trump said earlier today? Some very aggressive statements toward Iran and some pretty big threats.
It was not just aggressive statements, it was genocidal. Talking about wiping out 93 million people. I'm a father of two daughters.
It's green.
I got one.
Galorping.
There are 30 million that didn't hear him. He's talking about killing all of them. That is unacceptable. It is wrong. It's disgusting. And the idea that we talk about this politically and don't talk about it in human terms is part of the problem. We got to talk about the humanity of this. That should never be something we got to
Do you think that might
you had a USB regular lightning cable. I'm gonna give it back
I
to
want
you.
people to understand that there's a
Are you
different
good?
way, right? I know that most folks who watch Fox probably don't support me, but I also know that some of them might. And my job is to go everywhere and talk to everybody about an alternative to Trump and Trumpism, an alternative to this kind of genocidal ideology that gets us into wars without thinking about what happens next. That is spiking our gas prices. That is hindering our ability to afford our lives. That is taking us further away from being able to afford a dignified life. So I'm focused on making sure we take our message everywhere, talk to everyone. That's part of what we're trying to do here.
Right. Last question then. What message do you hope you can send tonight?
we can build a beautiful future if we do it.
And then once we're in the car, just plug it in.
I appreciate it. As always, thanks for the time. Thanks. Appreciate it.
Thank you guys. You have our contact with me.
Yes, perfect.
All right.
You got it?
We're going to do one more stab Ben and Craig.
Thank
Ben
you.
and Craig. Talking about Craig Moggs?
Oh, sorry.
We got Ben and Craig.
Ben and Craid. Ben! Yo! Roth Reporter, how are you, man? Wait, Ben, Craig, Ben Solis. All my favorites are here. Ben, Craig, Roth the Reporter. Yo, look at this.
How are you feeling?
How you doing, man? I'm good. I'm like,
The space is very tight, chat. I only have reception over here for the backpacks. That's why I'm standing over here awkwardly and not following Hasan, who is in the dead zone. He's in the sunken place. Oh, thanks. A fan gave it to us. March. Pleasure to meet you. Shout out to the fan who gave us the Luigi. Where we got the Luigi? I don't know why I'm asking you. I can't read chat at all.
Do you know how Will might try and get in touch with us? Because Will's running for Congress here in this district.
If you go on his Twitter, there's a link for his management email. And if you just send it there, they field everything. I'm trying to open your chat. I'm trying. It's not working.
I'm targeting everybody. I know there are probably not that many people.
I can't move from the spot.
We'll just film from out here. A new Pew poll just came out while we were live. 60% of Americans have a negative opinion of Israel. Just 37% have a favorable view of Israel. 80% of Democrats, 41% of Republicans have a negative view. Among ages 14 to 49, 84% of Democrats. And among ages 14 to 49, 57, majority of Republicans have a negative view of Israel. And there's still this conversation, this back and forth taking place. I think it's disrespectful to people's. It's unbelievable. It's disrespectful to the intelligence. It's insulting to the intelligence of people that this conversation, this like media cycle that's like played itself out in the way that it did. And I think it's outright dangerous. It's outright dangerous that people are still coming after someone like myself who actively tries to combat and push back against anti-Semitism while being an avowed anti-Zionist.
And I'll also tell you this, I started my name on Fox and Friends, right? So I'm not just talking to young people, I've been talking to young people here. But I've been to 90 different cities, 300 public events. I don't know, somebody was celebrating 17 events. I was like, 17, I did that in the first 3 months. So, make no mistake, we go here. We go here in a big way. We go everywhere in a big way. We get 150 people in Clare, Michigan.
Bro, it's crazy. So many of these like do-nothing influencers on the timeline are like, man, this is all the people's fault. This is the people's fault for Kamala not being responsive to the needs of the population. Making it seem like I said Kamala Harris would be worse than Trump or just like Trump. On Israel, yes. But Kamala Harris herself should have never advocated to wage war against Iran, which she did. She never should have came out and said, we want to have the most lethal military. My criticism against Kamala Harris was that she wasn't representing successfully what the party's base demanded. And yet there's still people that are fucking yelling at me. Goddamn influencer. Unbelievably unproductive people. These are the people that see the world falling apart and they think to themselves, how can I make this about a fucking Twitch streamer that I hate? Please, I urge, not you guys. You guys in here are obviously aware of the situation, but I urge people, when you see stuff like this, just, tell them, dude, lock the fuck in.
I think they're looking for folks who are serious about what they want to do and not just picking and plotting different positions because they feel like they look nice, but instead have been about it. I've been consistent since when you covered me then. I was saying the same stuff then as this. I'm saying now. And that consistency matters for something in our politics because it's so
like one or two.
And then the other part of it is that I just think that, I've changed. I've grown up, had kids, it's teaching a lot about life. I was so focused on wanting to
where were you before this?
that I forgot that really
I came from LA.
I want you to believe that we can have healthcare. I believe we can have healthcare. The only way we
Do you think it was going to go like this when Abdul invited you out for this event?
So I'm trying to build
No, I didn't think there'd be any like friction at all. I was actually shocked. I also didn't realize that like stumping is different than just like him appearing on my stream or me fundraising for him. I've done that plenty of times.
I don't know, for me, the only
So I didn't realize that there was a big difference for stumping, I guess.
According to someone, I guess.
Yeah, I don't think most people care.
What's the program today? Are you guys doing like a Q&A or just like giving speeches?
No, I think we're just giving speeches.
What happens on election day is a function of that.
You're all sitting around and talking, or like you all go around and just talk?
I don't know. We're about to find
At the end of the day, the choices that she's made in her campaign, I think.
What did you do that PV stream last week?
Where she's
They were pushing Discord to the max.
And that's her decision to make.
Yeah, that was interesting. I had no opinions on it whatsoever.
Whatever million, man.
Do you want to, Hassan's down to
You guys
take a
have,
few if
if you guys have questions.
Yeah, totally. The Republican in this race, Mike Rogers, was doing some media earlier today, and he said that the fact that Abdul's doing this event with you is disqualifying. Do you want to respond to that?
I mean, he's a Republican, so that's automatically disqualifying, especially in a state like Michigan. I mean, if you got a rubber stamp for Donald Trump's agenda, I think the people of Michigan are already very aware that it hasn't been beneficial for them at all. So any vote in that direction is going to be devastating. Any Republican anywhere is going to be devastating. That's my principle. So,
Hassan, a not insignificant portion of the Democratic Party condemned this campaign stop over a period of weeks. And these are the same people who in 2024 said, we need to get out there and we need to start listening to new voices. You're one of those new voices. And it seems that they're kind of repeating a costly mistake here. Do you agree that by shutting people like you out of the conversation, they are going to shoot themselves in the foot again, much like they did in elections past?
Yeah, I mean, it's not even a self-serving conversation for me. I don't necessarily care to stump with candidates at all. I mean, I trust Abdul. I think he's a real fighter. He's what the moment needs, and that's why I said yes to coming on board. I've done many events with him already on my stream, but the reason why I think a lot of Democrats are upset with this is because they've been told to be upset with this. I mean, people like Elise Slotkin and Cory Booker have openly admitted that they don't even know who I am, and yet they have such strong opinions, apparently. They were very forthcoming about that. And I feel like that's exactly what's wrong with politics nowadays, where politicians should not simply be mouthpieces for this eclectic group of corporate donors and corporate interests. They should make up their own minds. They're adults. They're very intelligent people. They should be critical thinkers. And they should recognize that they have to represent the interests of the population and not foreign lobbies or corporate donors. This is a major problem at the heart of the Democratic Party, and I think it's a fatal problem for American democracy. Someone has to fight back against the Republican forces here, and the expectation right now in our current duopoly is that someone is the Democratic Party. And it's unbelievable that they still are trying to lean into harm reduction narratives and business as usual politics at a time when people are very loudly demanding change. Perhaps that's the reason why, even though it's the opposition party, the Democrats are not all that popular as a national party, and that's because we have weak leadership and we haven't mounted a strong enough opposition. It's precisely the reason why I'm happy to campaign alongside Abdul, because he's a real fighter. He's not going to back down. He understands that voters aren't stupid, right? If you're honest with people, if you tell them you represent their values, you represent their interests, you're going to fight for them, they're going to vote for you.
I got another one.
We got to wrap.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
sounds good.
Thank
No worries.
you.
Thanks, Roxy.
Yep,
Thank you,
thanks.
guys.
Yep.
Nice to meet you guys.
We're going to get started in just a second.
Okay.
You need anything? Water?
No, I'm good. All right, Trent, what's going on? Nice to meet you. What's going on? Nice to meet you. What?
What are you gonna say?
No. I'm just gonna get up there and yap, dude. That's what I'm gonna do. I never stop, so it won't be that difficult, I assume.
It's only 10 minutes.
What?
It's only 10 minutes.
Oh, I thought it was gonna be 5.
Right here with the speakers, if you're down.
They're gonna go through what?
Logistics.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
It's like, right? She runs a tight ship. My favorite. Logistics.
We'll have Nate sitting down at the front, right in front of you with the a clock. Josh, you have 5 minutes. Congresswoman, you have 10 minutes. Hassan, you have 10 minutes. I will give you a 1-minute cue when you have 1 minute left from the top. I'll be at the top. Nate will be at the very bottom. When you have 1 minute left, when I give that 1 minute cue, I'm going to come to the door and cue the next person up. And when it's about 30 seconds left, I want you to walk down to the front so our introducer can introduce you all and then walk right up. Does that sound good to everybody? Yeah. Cool. Any questions?
Are they sitting in the front?
Yes. Oh, thank you for that. Appreciate that. Once you speak, if you could sit down at the front, there's a reserved seat up there for you.
Okay, before you speak, you're
hanging out back here.
Just me back here.
Yeah. Is there overflow?
Not at this point. Okay. We have about 20 more people in line. I would like to get started in about 2 minutes. I'm gonna go check on the line, then we'll go queue the front, and I'll come back here and we'll be good to go.
Yeah.
Thanks, everybody. Appreciate you.
Yeah. I'm gonna take the seat.
Okay.
That's okay. I asked earlier now.
Yeah, you can set
Yeah, there's a seat reserved for me. I will say, I was planning on going on stage with these shows, like getting the crowd.
Yeah. We can do that.
I can also be down low and then like.
I think down low is fine. We can get up. What's up? Yeah, of course. All right.
Yes. Let's do both.
Yeah.
Sorry, she's taking a better one.
I'll get the walk out and then I'll walk down.
Thank you.
Let's do that.
Yeah, and then what I was planning on is maybe not even filming, like coming back out here. And then, yeah. After I'm done with my speech, we're gonna come out here. We'll be out here. We'll wait it out instead of filming everything. We'll film all the speeches in Michigan.
What do you mean? So
we're gonna, because we're live streaming, right?
Yeah.
So, well, I was thinking we could. I guess there's going to be time between the 2 stops, right? I'm trying to figure out what happens. We have like a little bit of time. Talk about what's going on, but I guess we can film everyone's speeches.
I think we should come here and do it.
Yeah.
We're going to go into the green room after he's done speaking.
And just be here.
during Abdul's speech.
Yeah. And then film one of the speeches. So we'll film the University of Michigan.
Okay. And then after, so.
Or if you want to tell me what time he'll speak,
Any coffee recommendations? Teams up.
I would honestly recommend.
Actually, we need like ratchet music.
I'm trying to think. Okay.
That's already.
How much time do you want?
What do you mean? Oh, I was just going to do the speech and then wait it out. And the periods of time that we have, I could just be out here.
Yeah, that's
potentially.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Whatever you. That's fine. Oh wait, whatever you guys want to do.
I mean, I should probably we should probably film it because I need to sit there. It's inappropriate if I walk away while they're speaking. Yeah, it's messed up.
Question is,
Yes.
where should I be?
There should be a seat for you as well up there.
Okay.
Let me double check though before it started. And then after everyone wraps speaking, we're gonna take a bigger group of press for a shorter amount of time. It includes Fox News and the Free Beacon. So if you want to do it, then we'll do it.
Is there a middle walk-in lane?
I'm sorry.
Is there a middle lane to walk in?
So I have barely in that room, but I can check.
Yeah, check it, 'cause I might make that.
Okay, and then do you want to? I think Hassan might have had a question about logistics.
No, it's fine. We'll just film everything, and then after Abdul's speech is done, there's other stuff going on, right? Is there like a?
You'll have a car ride back.
Oh, okay. Then
Are we not doing the? We're not doing.
We're gonna do that quick scrum with Fox and Free Beacon and those folks. But then you'll have an hour.
Did you separate like the bogeys from everyone else?
I mean, that's kind of shit.
Here's my order. He's holding on to it. Oh my goodness.
Stay there.
We won't tell them.
Let's check on those.
See the juice. You guys charged up?
Probably some progress being made.
I don't think so.
We'll make it work.
What's up, man? Sure.
Oh my God.
My brother Marcus, he's your guy.
Nice to meet you.
Assalamu alaikum.
Salam.
I actually.
That guy, see you over there.
Sorry, chat. I'm just checking this. We'll be fine. We're chill. That sounds. That's already at 2 out of 4 bars. We're chilling.
Thank you so much.
No, Eden's watching.
You all right? You need some food or drink?
Well,
I'm on the job right now.
Oh, whatever I can do for you.
Oh, yeah.
Appreciate that.
What was your name again?
March.
I illuminate the rooms
Nice
that
to
I'm
meet
in. Look in with crucial then alignment. I like your pants, Mark.
Thanks.
You should hear this.
Appreciate that. What's he doing? He's still taking photos over here.
Of our heritage, where are kids from savage and embarrassed, but they want to
Thank you for coming.
Good crowd out there.
People, fans. Okay. Here I'll stand on this side so it's like the light is not blasting in your face.
I mean,
Or blasting in my
it,
face.
yes. It's a good call.
Boomies?
Also, I just went to 2 bars. We're chilling.
Oh, it did?
Yeah.
Okay, so it is working.
Yeah,
Nice,
we're
nice,
fucking
nice.
Nice. By the time we're out of here, it'll be up to like 4.
All right, good. Keg W, don't worry about it, Hassan. Per Barack Ravid, President has been briefed on 2-week extension request from Pakistan and will issue a response soon. See, that's the type of Barack Unit 8200 Ravid reporting I do like. Hopefully that's not a situation where they're, trying to dupe people.
I don't like not being able to reach it, man. That's what I'm
That's cool. I can.
God damn it.
How we feeling, chat?
Alright, so I'm gonna walk up with you, get the walk-up shot, and then walk down.
Okay. It's a fake out to get the people out of the power plant? I mean, I don't think they care one way or another how many people they kill. Especially considering who we are.
Thank you, Josh. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for Twitch streamer and political commentator, HasanAbi.
As is custom, I of course did not prepare a speech for this event, so I apologize ahead of time, but it is my great honor to be standing alongside incredible candidates and incredible politicians like Abdul El-Sayed and Summer Lee on this glorious, beautiful day in Michigan. Seems contrary to what a lot of my naysayers have been focused on for the past 3 weeks of Donald Trump's insane ramblings and bombing campaigns, this event has not been canceled at all. And I want to talk about that a little bit, because this morning, Donald Trump, the fascist tyrant himself, came out and said unbelievably violent things. He talked about genociding an entire population. And he was so callous and so careless with the words that he was using. But even worse, for the past 38 days now, he's also been unbelievably violent. And a lot of prominent Democrats spent the last 2 weeks, instead of developing the appropriate response to Donald Trump's mania, chose to repeat what corporate donors and foreign lobbyists and big donors had told themselves, including, but not limited to, Abdul El-Sayed's opponents, Mallory McMorrow and Haley Stevens. And that's exactly what's wrong with politics in this day and age, and that's precisely the reason why all of you came in and wanted to hear responsive politics and responsive politicians speak for once. Politicians that put your interests above the interests of corporate donations. Politicians that are bold. Politicians that are fighters, that will represent your interests rather than the interests of faceless, lifeless corporations that pollute our waters, that consistently extract all of the value that you put out. A lot of these college campus stops that I do, people constantly ask me, Hasan, everything is so chaotic right now. How do you pay attention to what's going on? And how do you not feel so nihilistic? Especially because in the current duopoly that we have, one party is obviously representing tyranny. We know that, right? They're the fascist Republican Party. And the other party is supposed to be a counterbalance, a force against the awful politics, the repulsive, morally repugnant politics that Republicans represent. And yet the Democrats are out of touch. So how do you not feel nihilistic? And I tell them, you have to hold on to little positive changes that you make both in your life that will have reverberating outcomes that will lead to a sea change. That positive change could potentially be playing a formative role in electing someone like Zohran Mamdani in New York. Have you guys heard of that guy? The positive change in your life could be convincing one of your parents, one of your boomer parents that might have had a lifetime of propaganda incepted into their consciousness and have a totally ridiculous view about the relationship that we have with the state of Israel. Making that change, as many of you have, going out and protesting and demanding that change take place, has actually led to a sea change in attitude. And that's precisely the reason why, when a lot of people reach out to me over the course of the last 2 weeks and they said, hey man, I'm really sorry that this is happening. I hope, you get through it. I told them, fuck them. For the last 2.5 years, they smeared people like myself and people like yourselves and said that we were radical, said that we were wrong. And yet, we persevered and we understood the violence that was taking place. It was not that big of a sacrifice, especially in comparison to the sacrifice the Palestinian people had. And the smear campaigns that started shortly after October 7 were obviously a lot more consequential, a lot more successful back then. But now, I can easily say fuck them, because I'm no longer alone. Neither are you. That's the positive change that you should hold close to your chest. And that's exactly the attitude. That's exactly the steadfastness that you can bring to every conversation, to every step that we take in the right direction. And sometimes it's going to be electing a fighter that will stand alongside you and represent your interests rather than the interests of corporations. For the longest time, foreign policy has been consistently talked about as though it's something that doesn't have any impact on our lives. The only time we think about foreign policy and the endless wars that we engage in is if we have an immediate relative that comes back broken, in a state of disrepair, and the state actually doesn't even offer them the necessary health care, right? Health care that they promised that they would get. Foreign policy is directly related to domestic policy, because every single dollar that is spent on a bomb that blows up a school overseas is a dollar that is stolen from you. All of our productive output, all of our that is supposed to be spent on your potholes, on your bridges, are spent blowing up bridges overseas. That is a real theft. And we say enough is enough. Now, it is a real honor that I have to present to you the next speaker, Summer Lee, who best represents this fight. She's steadfast in her approach, she's uncompromising, and just like Abdul is withstanding a lot of attacks from AIPAC, she too has been attacked by AIPAC consistently, and yet she's overcome those attacks and has been an incredible representative. Thank you. Give it up for Summer Lee.
What's up, NSU? We might be in the lecture hall, but I'm gonna say it right now, guys. This ain't a lecture. We're not here for a lecture, so I need y'all to get your energy up, because right here, we're here to send a warning. We're gonna start with that one. I'm Summer Lee. I am proud to be here with fired up students and educators and citizens and human beings who are here to say that we're done with the status quo, we're done accepting that this is the way that our politics just has to be.
That's how you do a speech.
So I drove in from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and I don't like to leave my district too often. But right now, it's important that we send a message that nobody has a right to be on the sidelines anymore. If you're like me, you woke up this morning, your president tweeted out that we were about to eradicate an entire people. And let me be clear. He didn't just tweet that out, he tweeted that out in the middle of his third illegal war. He tweeted that out in the midst of another genocide. So when our president says stuff like that, we can't take it lightly. So when I say that right now, we cannot afford to be on the sidelines. Young people, students, Michiganders, wait, it's Michigan. Michiganders. I know, and I don't promise you guys, I have been in Congress for 3.5 years. At no point in my life did I ever believe that anybody would send somebody to Congress who just says what we mean, somebody who comes from a working class, poor, black background from the Mon Valley of Western Pennsylvania, where our people built steel and we built the country, and we are the type of people who they want to send to Congress. So when I say that I know what's possible, I want to say that because we're about to go, I'm going to dive in deeper too, right? Because from the midst of Congress, I never in my life thought that we would be in a position right now to determine what is the future of the world. Guys, we're in the midst of a moment where we have to decide whether or not we're going to let some other folks who are fighting hard right now, fighting hard to keep you discouraged, hard to keep you feeling apathetic, hard to keep you feeling like your voice doesn't matter. They want that because right now they have insidious plans for you. Right now they are open about the country that they're building, or who they're building it for, and who they're trying to put out. And if we don't think that right now, it's our responsibility to say that I'm gonna fight as hard as a Republican. I will fight as hard as MAGA. I will fight as hard as the people who don't love their neighbor. It's our moment to stand, put up, or shut up. So. Right now, young people, especially you guys, I understand what we're up against right now. I understand what it feels like to feel like there is no political home for you. Feels like anytime you come into politics, there's somebody to tell you that you ain't doing it right. You don't vote right. You don't protest right. You're not coming the right way. I know what it feels like to live through financial crises and global crises in the midst of our taxpayer dollars going to genocide. I understand how nerve-wracking, how annoying, how discouraging it is to feel like nothing that we do will possibly make a change. But I need you to understand that we cannot stay there. We don't have enough time to stay in that place. Right now, we need to get skin in the game. Right now, we have to find incredible candidates, people, incredible human beings who care and to build our future with us, like Abdul, who will go to the Senate and say that no, Donald Trump don't need to come to ask us for permission for a war or for a genocide. He needs to come for his impeachment. We can have people like Abdul, who has not just said Medicare for all, but has fought for it every day in his career because he knows that in the wealthiest nation on earth, there is no reason why any American, any human being on American soil should ever die because they have to decide between their medication and their housing. Come on. Right today, right now, we need people like Abdul who can say that affordability is not a hoax, but that people in Michigan and Pennsylvania and everywhere else deserve to be able to afford their grocery, especially while another billionaire buys another yacht. That's not the country that we are going to settle for. So right now, I'm here to tell you that, yeah, things have been bleeding this by design. There are people who didn't want y'all to be here today. I don't know if any of you guys know this, but I saw that even the DOJ didn't want y'all to be here today. The DOJ didn't want y'all to be here today. Establishment politicians didn't want you to be here today. People who have a vested interest, who are invested in our oppression, people who are invested in your college being too expensive, they're invested in your medications being too expensive, they're invested in another war after another war after another war, and they are begging you to stay home. And I am begging you to reject that. I'm begging you to keep coming. Right now, don't just stand here today, don't just say that we will send an Abdul to Congress, but we need you to say that we will flip this script completely. That we have a responsibility, guys, and not just a responsibility. We have in this room the power. This is the most powerful room in America right now. Guys, this is the most powerful room in America, but only if you believe that. Only if you believe that when you stand together, when you exercise your collective power, your organized labor, your organized dollars, that we can actually change the trajectory of the whole world. And I know that we can do it because we've seen it time and time again. We saw it in the civil rights movement, and we saw it with apartheid South Africa. We will see it in Palestine. We will see it again here in the United States. Because you show up. Because you don't need to wait for a corporate donor to tell you how you should love up on each other. You're the most powerful room in America because you know that those folks are fighting on a ticking time bomb. This hate, the politics of hate and division, they want you to hate your Jewish neighbor or your Muslim neighbor or your black neighbor. They need you to feel like the other is your enemy and not the money. They need you to believe that the many don't have as big of a say as the money. But we know that, and I'm telling you that right now, Congress don't look like we need it to look. But the time where Congress looks like this room, where Congress looks like our movement, where Congress looks like people who have rented, not just owned houses, people who have lived through poison air and poison water, that time is coming because we are taking the time to build it. So right now I'm saying that there is a partner in this room who can come and help us to build the America that you deserve, but he cannot do it alone. He will not be able to do it alone. So guys, have a vested interest in your future. Have a vested interest in the movement that we're building. Know that right now, history will write about us, and it will say, did you stay on the sidelines, or did you get your hands dirty?
Why did you say that?
History is going to ask you if you looked at the options in front of you and you said, there's no reason for me to show up. If you saw a real one standing before you, somebody who has skin in this game, and you said, I will step out for them. I'll not just come to the rally, but I'm gonna go to my classmates and I'm gonna let them know that we have a fight ahead of us, but we are about that fight right now. If you guys are ready for that, then I promise you that what they have in store for us, they ain't ready for you. They're not ready for you. So I come here, and even though I started by telling you all the things that we're up against, I come here, even though I've been in Congress for 3.5 years. I'm telling you that I feel more powerful and more encouraged than I've ever felt. And I hope that right now you feel more powerful and more encouraged than you ever felt. Because the only people who can stop us right now are us. And the only thing that's standing between us having a fighter in the Senate or another status quo Dem or another do-nothing Republican is whether or not y'all get up and you fight for what you deserve. So I'm proud to be here with my brother Abdul right now. I'm proud to build not just a Congress, a Senate, a labor movement, a civil movement that meets this very moment. It will take each of us doing each of the things. So whatever it is that your move is, if you aren't registered to vote right now, then let's still do that. And let's talk to 3, 4 people in our lives. When you're done with this, let's call our family and let them know that Abdul is here and he's fighting for Medicare for all. He's gonna get money out of our politics with me and get on my bill. If you are organizing and doing your activism, know that you're in a time-honored position, and that is important too. If you're working or you're protesting or you're boycotting, know that that all works. Each and every one, guys, there's room for each and every one of us. But right now is the time to say that this is our country, and nobody is going to build it if we don't do it for ourselves. So thank you all so much. Because the power of the people is always, always greater than the people in power. We have the MC because if we don't, it'd be my greatest honor to introduce the man of the moment. So somebody wink or blink to me, but if not, then it's all good. Right now, listen, we came and he's been all over the state. This man has been all over the news recently. And despite the noise, he is undistracted. He's undeterred, and he's here to fight for each and every one of you. So with that, I am so proud to be here. I'm proud to be endorsing, but more than that, I'm proud to be in this fight with you all to make sure that we send Abdul El-Sayed to Senate, and he is here right now to tell you what we have in store for when we build that better world.
That's how you do a speech. But a lot of people don't understand that, like, this is her job. Like,
she's really good at it.
Yeah. I need a speech coach. That's what I need.
Can we hear it one more time? Whether it was West LA or West PA, we just heard for some real ones. Give it up for Congresswoman Summer Lee and Hassan Biker. I don't know about y'all, but when I get to the U.S. Senate, I'm going to be looking for some friends. And there's a senator out of Pennsylvania I really think we probably could replace with somebody like her, no? Now listen, my name is Abdul El-Sayed and I am running for U.S. Senate. Because we're going to get money out of? Politics. Put money in your? Pocket. How's Medicare for? Money out of? Politics. Money in your? Pocket. Medicare for? Hey, now my job's done. Now look, I was never supposed to run for office. My name has 11 letters in it. It's got sounds that come out of parts of people's throats they don't even know they have. I'm not supposed to run for office. Like every other good brown boy, I decided to go to medical school. Now look, I could go 15 hours from where I grew up, and I crossed 10 years difference in life expectancy to Egypt. A place where my own grandmother lost 2 babies before the age of 1. I didn't have to go 15 hours. I could go 15 minutes from where I grew up into the city of Detroit, cross 8 Mile, and I would cross the same 10-year life expectancy gap. I became a doctor because I wanted to do something about that. Shouldn't matter the color of your skin, shouldn't matter what your parents do for work, shouldn't matter where you come from. You deserve to live a long, healthy life in these United States of America. I find myself in the clinic finally doing the work that doctors do, only to realize that the healthcare system that I was training to be a part of was itself part of the problem and not part of the solution. Why? Because we've sold it off to folks who tell us that the value of that system is how much money it can make for a CEO, rather than whether or not it actually heals our broken bodies. So I made a decision when I graduated medical school. I said, you know what? I want to be a part of building the system that actually hallows, makes holy the diseases that we ought to treat, and hallows our bodies in the process. I went into public health. I got the opportunity to rebuild Detroit's health department after it had been shut down when the state came through the city of Detroit, forced it to shut down a 185-year-old health department in a city with a higher infant mortality rate than my father's native Egypt. Across my work in public health, leading Detroit's health department, Wayne County's Department of Health, Human and Veteran Services, we did things to take on the challenges that people face. We put glasses on kids' faces, built a program that guaranteed a pair of glasses for every kid who needed one. Delivered 50,000 pairs of glasses across the state since we brought it to Michigan. Some of the biggest polluters in our whole state. When Marathon Petroleum, down in southwest Detroit, the biggest polluter and the most polluted zip code in the whole state, wanted to increase their emissions, despite the fact that the EPA had already said there was too much pollution in the air. We worked with the local community. We organized. We forced them to invest $10 million of their own money to reduce emissions when they had applied to increase them. We put air quality monitors all over Wayne County. Mike Rogers, back when he was in Congress, you know what he did? He was responsible for one of the biggest pro-opioid pieces of legislation. I happened to be in medical school. And I remember when they came up and told us, no, pain is the 5th vital sign, you've got to treat it at all costs. Opioids are a really effective drug to do that. And I remember sitting thinking, I don't see this in the science. Helped to kick off the opioid pandemic. When I was in Wayne County, we put Narcan, life-saving anti-overdose medication, for free in vending machines in 100 locations to try and do our part to save people's lives from the opioid epidemic that he and his corporate overlords told us was in our best interest. The Flint water crisis. I remember sitting in my office when I heard about Flint thinking, what if our kids were exposed to the lead we were hearing about in Flint, in the place where we systematically concentrate them most of the day, most of the year in their schools? So we had every school, daycare, and Head Start tested for lead in the water. In the first 68 schools we tested, 19 of them tested positive for lead. Got all of the schools on a pathway to being lead-free, and helped to rewrite the state's lead policy after Flint. And when we learned that our county ranked number 8 for medical debt nationwide, a staggering $700 million of medical debt, we realized that we could erase it for pennies on the dollar. So guess what we did? We set aside $7 million to erase $700 million of medical debt for 300,000 people, the biggest medical debt erasure in Michigan state history. Sitting in my office in Wayne County the day they froze federal funds. I'm sitting here looking at all the line items in my budget they just froze. WIC, food on the table for moms and babies. Federally qualified health centers, the last line of health care for people who can't get it. Vaccines, frozen. And I get a notification on my phone that after his long career, our current U.S. Senator Gary Peters is not seeking re-election. And I had to ask myself then and there, where is the fight for the public's health? And I believe that that fight needs to go to the U.S. Senate. I'm not new to this. I ran back in 2018. And I said something at the time I don't think most folks are ready to hear. And that's that Donald Trump himself is not the disease of our politics. He's just the worst symptom of the disease of our politics. The disease in our politics is the system that tells us that corporations and special interests get to buy and sell politicians to do their bidding instead of ours. It's the reason the things we have to buy become more expensive, and the things that we do for work give us less in return. It's the reason that they are taking our tax dollars and spending them to drop bombs on other people's babies rather than investing in schools and healthcare for our own. It is time for us to treat the disease, which is why we're getting money out of politics. Money in your pocket. Medicare for all. Now look, that work starts in rooms like this. That room starts in hearts that understand that we deserve better. Now I've been to 90 cities now. I've done 300 plus public events. And it doesn't matter where you go. You can be in a living room in Grand Rapids, you could be in a VFW hall in Escanaba, you could be in a church in Detroit. And people understand a basic thing, that we can have nice things, but we can't do it alone. That the only way to do it is to do it together. Yes. To build a righteous politics that unites us across the things that we deserve in our society. Yeah. The ability to look your kid in the eye and tell them, I know your future could be better than mine. Right. To send them off to a school and know that that is a school that dignifies their brains. To be able to walk into a doctor's office and know that the medical debt's not going to hit you in the ass on the way out. Right. To know that when you pay your taxes, that money is actually going to benefit you, rather than to devastate tens of millions of people, to subsidize a genocide on behalf of a foreign government that some special interest has told you somehow matters more than your own interests. Right. Right. And we're not going to stand for that anymore. No. Yeah. No. We're not going to stand for that anymore. I want to talk about a couple of issues right here and now. I had the privilege of being the guest of the people of Minneapolis in one of the worst moments of their entire history. I went to Minneapolis to understand what it looks like when our own government weaponizes itself and a paramilitary force answerable only to one man against the Constitution itself by laying siege to a city in our own country. I got to meet brave people who would never find themselves out in a protest except for they understood that this was foundational about whether or not we as a society would continue to live as a democracy. People showing up in ways and places to do things they would never have dreamed of in any other time. Now, I watched ICE. I watched what it looks like when government employees weaponize themselves against the Constitution, which is supposed to be the document that structures the government they work for in the first place. And now you have politicians who tell you, oh, well, this can be reformed. It can be retrained. Ask yourself something. What is the training document that you give to somebody who's used a child as bait? I mean, think about the PowerPoint. I know you all in college, right? So you've seen a lot of PowerPoints. What does the slide look like? It's like a little boy, and you're like, no, don't touch the little boy. If that is not foundationally obvious to you as a human being, you do not deserve to work in government. And then you think about the fact that they have funded ICE to the tune of $185 billion. That is more than the funding of the FBI. That is more than the funding of the U.S. Marines. A force that is not about immigration. Because guess what? I mean, y'all in college, you saw a map, right? How close is Minneapolis to the southern border? They want to tell you this is about keeping the southern border safe. I'm sorry, wrong border. And now they're trying to set up to do the same in Michigan. This is not about immigration. We can have a safe, secure border. We can enforce immigration policy. But you don't have to shoot people in the face. So there is no reforming. There is no retraining. There is only abolishing ICE. I don't know if you all follow the social medias, but for the last 2 weeks, people seem to be real upset about all of us coming out here to have this conversation here. And then Donald Trump gets on the social medias and decides to tweet about genociding the whole country of Iran. And I just want to be clear about this. There is no justification. There is no legal authority for a war that Donald Trump is using to torch our tax dollars, to destroy other people's lives, rather than using them to make our lives better. This is an illegal and unjustifiable war. And honestly, my message to anybody in politics right now, Democrat or Republican, is do not give me some bullshit about how you oppose the war but would vote to fund it. Last I checked, we've had an affordability crisis here at home. So why are we fighting the third war in 4 months in this country's history alone? Why are we there? There is one country that benefits here. One. Benjamin Netanyahu, who's been talking about taking a war to Iran for the better part of 40 years, and he finally found a dumbass dumb enough to do it. Now ask yourself why so many politicians in America support it. Well, $100 million of MAGA billionaire money being spent to tell us that the most important function of our foreign policy is to protect the interests of a foreign government in the form of AIPAC. And look, I am proud that AIPAC has called me the single most dangerous candidate for the U.S. I'm the only candidate in this race who's never asked for an AIPAC endorsement, only candidate in this race that is not supported by the Israel lobby. Now I'll be clear about something here. I will be absolutely clear. All of us love and revere our Jewish neighbors and the faith of Judaism. And we love and revere our Jewish neighbors and Judaism because we love and revere people. Which is exactly why we will not sit idly by while all tax dollars go to fund a genocide on behalf of a foreign government. You cannot tell me you love people and justify genocide. You can't do it. It's not possible. So here's the problem, though. When you stand up and you say that that's some bullshit, that you don't want your tax dollars being spent to buy a tank or a bomb for a foreign government, they come at you. Now here's the thing. My family immigrated from Egypt. You know who the second biggest recipient of foreign military aid is in the world? Egypt. So you know what? Start there first. And you go ahead and call me anti-Egyptian too. Y'all, righteous opposition to the destruction of people is about principle. It always has been, and it always will be. It doesn't matter who is being destroyed, and it doesn't matter who is doing the destroying. If you believe in people, then you stand up for the values of people. And you understand that every dollar that gets spent over there, to drop a bomb over there, on a child over there, is a dollar that is not being spent here, on your child here, on your school here, on your health care here. And we demand that our taxpayer dollars get spent here in Michigan. And you know what? People love to say, well, it's because he's Arab and Muslim. No, it's because I'm fucking from Michigan. Yeah! We have a choice in this election. I know I'm not supposed to run for office. I get it. I'm the wrong color, I pray the wrong way, come from the wrong part of the world. I trained in medicine. But we gotta stop playing not to lose. And we gotta start playing to win. Because it's not enough to hold the seat if you're gonna do exactly the same thing your MAGA opponent would have done. The question for us is, how do you hold the seat to operationalize it so people get the health care they need and deserve? How do you hold a seat to make sure that you are standing up against unjust illegal war? How do you hold a seat to make sure that you are not allowing ICE to weaponize itself against the very Constitution that forms the backbone of this country? How do you make sure that in these United States of America we stand up to protect what is most hallowed? And that is the thing we share together, this beautiful, incredible country with so much of its future left in front of it. Yeah. That is the question in front of us here right now. And look, we came through it last couple weeks. People try to tell us, oh, you can't possibly appear with certain people. You can't do it. That's not okay. But we don't back down. When they tell us who we can and can't talk to, we don't back down. When they tell us that we cannot have health care, we don't back down. When they tell us that there is no way for us to stand up to ICE, we don't back down. When they tell us that there is no way for us to stand up against illegal war, we don't back down. When they tell us that we can't win a seat because we got the wrong name or with the wrong person, we don't back down. When they tell us that our people power is not enough to take on their money power, we don't back down. And we will never back down against the likes of Donald Trump or the fascism he represents, because we the people win when we stand up. And that is what this movement is about. MSU, thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Sorry.
Let's keep it going for our speakers, folks. All right, everybody, get your put your signs up high. We're going to take a nice selfie with all those great signs.
Real quick, though. All right, wait. All right, wait. Do a selfie real quick.
move, Hassan.
Hey, great job, man. I heard you. You were awesome.
Thank you, Hassan.
Brandon, how are you? Good to see you. Well? Good to see you. Hi, how are you? Good to see you.
I'm doing. You still have the mic.
Folks, thank you all so much for being here tonight.
You gotta go.
Our speakers are going to head backstage now, so please allow them and our staff some space as they exit. If you are fired up by what you heard tonight, we need you to join this movement. On your way out, please stop by the tables to sign up to volunteer, grab a flyer, and make sure you're ready to vote. Ushers will help guide everyone out in an orderly way, and we can direct you to the volunteer table. Again, thank you for coming out, for supporting Abdul, and for being part of this movement, and have a safe trip home.
Thank you.
Me? Excuse me, sorry.
That'd be hilarious. I just like picked up a sandwich, started eating.
Excuse me, sorry.
It's coming.
This one's still going.
No, it's full.
I know, but this one's still going.
But the camera's at 40%.
I know. I'm watching.
So I'm
it.
gonna swap it. Well, no, I'm not gonna swap it. This one, the other one wasn't really charging.
Okay.
So I
Got it.
This is yours, right?
Yes. Thank you. We'll have you guys stand right here. I'm gonna have you circle all the way around.
Hey, you rocked it. You did right. You rocked it.
Okay, we need
I did
everybody
not
to
rock
raise-
it, but now I know what kind of energy to bring. I'm gonna try.
I'm not the candidate. I don't have to.
That was
Are you kidding me? Like.
That was crazy.
Yeah, I don't got
My
time.
chat was like, "You got speech mark." That's what
I
they were
just
saying.
Oh, you gotta, I gotta get the people ready for
Here,
him.
swap it. Put the new juice in, and then put the other one so the camera battery charges.
All right, setting you down for a bit, chat.
The horse, you can start here, please. Folks, move on this way.
Space, please. Can you do some space?
Hey, Jeff. I think Jeff has my jacket.
Space. Can we have?
Hey, Jeff, you got my jacket? Jacket? You always gotta look apart. From your phone?
I'm short for this. Jeff, can you see what's going on?
Yeah, do whatever you want. You want to do it from your phone or? This is a mirror shoot.
All right. We're gonna take about 4 to 5 questions. If you have a question, can you put your hand up, please? All right. In the back.
How are you going to?
Name and who you're with.
Oh, sorry. I'm Sarah Wilson with Input Media. How are you planning on addressing the East Lansing housing crisis, like skyrocketing homelessness?
Thank you for asking a really good policy question. I think about housing in two forms. One, a supply issue, and one, a demand issue. Right now, we're watching as big corporations have been able to speculate on housing. I personally oppose any corporate ownership of housing. I think that needs to be abolished. I also think that the likes of Airbnb and Vrbo, where you have a lot of folks who could bring outside this allocated capital back into these markets, sit on housing that they use for Airbnb and Vrbo. I think that it needs to be an added surtax to help them go and invest in housing. We also just need to address the licensing and the zoning issues that have made it really impossible to get high-quality housing projects greenlit. I ran a health department, and I know what it's like just to get a restaurant open, right? To actually have a new housing development build. What happens is our policies tend to be very opaque, and so that tends to bias the folks who have the army of lobbyists and lawyers who can actually get a project moved. I want affordable housing. If you want affordable housing, then you've got to address that. I believe that we need a major housing bill, and I believe that housing bill needs to address all of these issues. It needs to incentivize local, state, and municipal governments to make one-stop shops for housing projects, and we just need massive investment in new housing. We have not built the housing stock that we need. I'll also just say that on the demand front, we need to give people the home ownership capacity through down payment support. So I'd love to see that in a housing bill that maybe Congresswoman Lee and I can work on. But let's get super PACs done first.
I have in Wall Street housing too.
I'm sorry?
I have in corporate Wall Street.
Boom, done and done. She's already done it.
Do we have a state news reporter here? Yep.
Ria, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm well.
Could you
elaborate on your stance when it comes to restoring federal funding for public universities like Michigan State and
Yeah, so look, I had my medical school funded by the NIH. The idea that we're going to use federal funding for research and development and for education as some kind of cudgel to ideologically impose a certain set of restrictions on universities that are meant to be about allowing for freedom of speech and free expression is insane. It's against the First Amendment, and I categorically oppose it. I believe we need more funding in research and development, not less, but I also believe that there's an opportunity for us to think about what 21st century funding looks like. Having worked in funded science, I can tell you that too often we're funding projects that are not necessarily on the leading edge. And so we've got to equip our scientists with funding that really does help them to do the kind of work that really is leading edge work, that has some risk involved in it. I'll also tell you that on the education side, I believe in debt-free and tuition-free higher ed. I don't think anybody should be going into crippling debt to get an education. And that's more important in the world of AI than it ever has been, because our only way forward is to make sure that folks are empowered with the maximum capacity that they can, and that means investing in higher ed in a way that we haven't in the past. That also means investing in things like trades, that means investing in vocational training, that means investing in apprenticeships. Like all of the above needs to be invested in. And the last thing I'll tell you on this front is that we also got to do something about runaway inflation at the university level. I mean, part of the challenge right now is that we're in this death spiral where higher ed institutions are chasing the most lucrative, full freight paying students, and then they're investing in things like more froyo at the residence hall, or a nicer campus recreation building, and those things don't actually improve the educational mission of the university. And so I do think that there needs to be some limitation on the overhead that comes with higher ed, and I think as we invest more but also impose some limiters on that useless spend, I think we can get the kind of investment that we really deserve.
All right, thank you. We're going to go to Lauren at Ridge.
Yeah, thanks for taking the question. Obviously you are, thank you. Obviously you're speaking to large student groups here at MSU and at U of M. Can you speak to your strategy when it comes to courting the youth vote and what might motivate young voters to turn out in the primary?
Yeah, I think my colleagues have a lot to say on that too, but I'll just say this. You gotta reason with folks about the situation that we're in. Like, too often politicians are having this debate that is completely divorced from the lived experience of young people. And then we show up on election day and be like, how come young people didn't vote? Well, you didn't give them anything to vote for. And so I think you've got to literally do the work of listening. I've been to every major campus on this state, right? Every single one. And I listen first, and then we talk about the challenges that folks face. I'm not talking down to young people. I'm talking specifically to the challenges they face, because I believe that they got the greatest stake in our future, and we need to build a politics that is responsive to them. I'm also speaking to them in the places where they actually are. You probably didn't miss the last 2 weeks of controversy, but part of the reason that it's so important for me to be engaged with somebody like Hasan is because he's talking to these folks every single day. And if we're serious about building a politics that unlocks for the folks who feel locked out, you've got to be serious about going to the places where they naturally are. They're not watching MS Now, they're not watching CNN, they're not watching Fox News. I do those too, but they are listening and watching on Hasan's screen. So I want to go to where they are to have a conversation that centers them about the kind of future that they need and deserve. And the other thing I'll tell you is this: it's not just about young people, it's about all the folks that young people influence. I'm a father, my kids are not of voting age, but I'll tell you what, if my kids tell me something's important, I'm going to pay attention. And they're 8 and 3. So you can imagine if your kids are 18, 19, 20, 22, and they're saying, this political conversation y'all keep having has nothing to do with my life, and here's what I'm paying attention to. I'm going to listen. So I want to empower all these young folks to have a conversation with your parents and your grandparents. Talk to them about why you care about this campaign, why you are spending your time here. It's fascinating to me. Like, there are things that happen when I go to an event. We always have young people there. And older folks, especially when you go to like Dem clubs where young people almost never would get caught dead. Right? Older folks come up to me like, how did you get the young people to show up? And I'm like, well, I go to where the young people are. And then the young people come up to me and be like, hey, I saw you on the sun.
Let's go to, speaking of Fox News, let's take one from
Fox News. I was on your program this morning.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, no, honored to be there. Would come again.
Thank you.
I got a great grilling. My teeth were so clean afterwards.
Obviously, having Hasan here brought a lot of energy and excitement with this college crowd. That's really important for the voters you're going for in the primary. Do you acknowledge, though, when you go to the general election, that that's a strategy that could, have some negative consequences while it's helpful in the primary?
No, I don't. And the reason I don't is because a vote is a vote is a vote is a vote. It doesn't matter if it's an 18-year-old, it doesn't matter if it's a 65-year-old. And I'll also tell you this, the most important person in an older person's life is the younger people in their lives. So I'm betting that all these young people who are here today, they're going to have conversations when they go home for summer vacation with their parents and their grandparents. And I can tell you that watching parents interact with their kids, they're always looking for something that the kid is excited about, right? And if they're seeing their young people put blood, sweat, and tears in this campaign, right? Going out there, knocking doors, they're going to ask, what is it about this campaign that's so exciting to you? And what does it say to you about the future you actually want for yourself? And they're going to have a lot of important, probably difficult conversations. I know I had those kind of conversations with my parents when I was younger. And I'm betting on that, right, as a pretty important electoral strategy. I'm also going to tell you this. I remember back on Fox News when they were talking about ending the cancel culture era. I don't know when we found the cancel culture era again. I thought we put it away, right? The whole platform police thing. Because guess what? I don't agree with most of the folks who host Fox and Friends on much. But we had a conversation. You know why? Because I'm not too good or I'm not better than having a conversation with people because I want to talk to their audience, right? Whether we agree or we don't agree, the whole point is to persuade. So of course I'm going to show up on your station the next time y'all invite me. It might be a difficult conversation, but those are usually the best, most productive ones. And I'm not afraid of them, unlike too many Democrats and frankly too many Republicans.
We're going to do two more. Owen from MERS.
Yeah, hi.
Hey, Owen.
I wondered, you know, with the controversy that's been stirred in recent weeks, I think the argument you'd hear from moderate Democrats is that...
Oh, I've heard a lot of the argument from moderate Democrats, my guy. Go ahead.
With some of your more progressive positions, abolishing ICE, for example, some of your staunch opposition to U.S. support for Israel, there's a thought that those positions are too progressive to win in a general election. And I know you implicitly have hit on this throughout and during the rally, but I just want you to fully make your case of why that thinking is wrong.
If perfectly inoffensive won elections, then Donald Trump would never have been president. I think people are looking for honest and direct and specific. And so I'm going to be honest and direct and specific. And I've got perfectly good reasons to believe what I believe. Contrary to opinion in places like this, where all of us live, breathe, and eat politics all the time, most people don't ask themselves where they sit on a left-right spectrum in our politics. Most people ask, what do I think about things? And who's talking about the things that I think about? And it turns out that a lot of people are, I'm going to use a word here, but I'm going to explain it, chimeric. It's not that they are on a spectrum like between here and here. It's that they got opinions all over the place. And at the end of the day, they want to know whether or not you believe in your opinions. So I've had people come up to me in places being like, you know what, I don't agree with you on certain things. I'm like, okay. But they're like, I'm going to vote for you. I'm like, why? They're like, because I know what you believe. Because you don't try and tell me what I want to hear. I had a whole debate with a guy about the Second Amendment, right? And he was like, well, you don't believe in the Second Amendment. I was like, I absolutely do. Like, let's read what it actually says. Because the whole point of the Second Amendment is to protect you from your government. And your government has nukes. So do you think you should have nukes? He was like, well, maybe. I was like, do you think I should have nukes? He was like, absolutely not. I was like, okay, well, if you don't think I should have a nuke, then you agree there's a line. The question is just, where's the line? And so he comes up to me afterwards with a $100 check. He's like, I'm supporting you. I was like, why? I thought we disagreed. He's like, this is the one issue you and I don't agree on. But I want to have health care, and you want me to have health care. And I don't think corporations should get to decide the future of my politics, and you don't either. So I know that you're going to go fight like hell because you were not afraid of me, and you could have just told me what you thought I wanted to hear, and you could have just tried to take the edge off. You didn't. You went right at it. That kind of politics is what authenticity is made of. And people are sick and tired of voting for politicians who are trying to bake and polish themselves to be just right. They want people who are people. So we're having real human conversations, and let's see where it goes.
Questions for Hasan or Summer? Sir?
Jarvis Corey, I'm with Midwesterner. I was wondering if you could make the case for Michigan voters to vote for Abdul.
You want me to make the case for Michigan voters to vote for Abdul?
Yes, sir.
Look, I don't appear alongside a lot of politicians. I do have them on the broadcast quite frequently. But the reason why, when Abdul asked for me to come on this journey with him, I said yes, absolutely. Not realizing what kind of backlash that would even start, but I would do it again, just the same regardless, is because he's a real fighter. He's honest. He doesn't treat people like they're stupid. He understands that voters have demands, and he will respond to those demands. So if you personally want a fighter that is going to make sure, and fight like hell, make sure that you get Medicare for all, that you get free health care, that every other OECD nation has, that we simply don't have in the wealthiest nation on earth, then Abdul's your guy. if you're sick and tired of endless wars and all of our taxes going to blowing up schools overseas rather than building schools here and ensuring that we have a better future, a better trajectory for the United States of America, then Abdul's your guy. So that's my argument for why you should go out and not only vote for him, but you should go out and also door knock for him as well, because he's going to need it. There are a lot of corporate powers at play in every single race. You got APAC, you got corporate lobbyists, you got the big pharmaceutical industry that are going to do everything they can to disparage him. They've already started doing that, as a matter of fact, in the past 2 weeks. And the reason why they're doing that is because they're afraid. They're afraid of your voice, okay? They're afraid of your voice being heard in the halls of the Senate. And that's why I'm proud to stand next to him. That's why I'm proud to endorse him. And I hope that other people can see what I see as well.
If I can ask something real quick, because I'm just thinking about the theme of the questions, right? What voters know is that in a primary, we sometimes will have tough conversations and tough battles. Sometimes they'll be ideological. Do we want someone who believes in Medicare for all or Medicare for some? Do we believe in housing for the poor and the working class, or exemptions for corporate landlords? Those are some of the conversations we have. But let me tell you, one thing that voters will know when we get to the general is that that is about the direction that we want our country to go into. Primary is the direction we want our party to go to, and the general will be the direction that we want our country to go into. And right now, everybody who is a Democrat in good faith will have an obligation to make sure that we make that clear. That this will be a decision between a Senate that does whatever it is that Trump tells it to do. It'll be a Senate that turns its head when it doesn't want him to look at him anymore. It'll be a Senate that's whipped. Or it will be a Democrat who will vote for your best interest. It will be a Democrat who will stand with working class people, with marginalized people, who will stand with the people, not just of Michigan, but this entire country. And that will be clear, not just by the end of August, but absolutely by November. And I think that any argument outside of that, if anybody is going to come, I don't believe any Michiganders are going to come here and say, well, I'm voting because of Hasan. They're going to say, I'm voting for the food on my table. I'm voting for the air and the water of my children. I'm voting for those union jobs that President Trump has tried relentlessly to get rid of. They're voting because they believe in a future that people have said is not possible. And they will know at the end of the day where Dole stands, and they will know at the end of the day where Republican stands. So I'm not worried about that. I'm worried about whether or not we each do our job to make sure that the main thing is the main thing, and that we don't use the same distracting tactics, the same negative politics that so many people have gotten with over time immemorial now. The days of those politics are old and tired.
We'll take Andrew, and then we're going to wrap up.
Roth the reporter.
Andrew Roth,
truly my favorite. Sorry, I love all of you guys, but like he's been covering me since he was in high school.
I guess I'll ask the room. Senator Sanders has endorsed Abdul. Senator Warren has endorsed Mallory McMorrow. Is there a concern that this race could become sort of a proxy rematch of 2020?
No, I think we've moved on. It's 2026. Nobody's having a proxy rematch. And at the end of the day, you know, I don't love horse race questions because I'm actually not, like, we're not physically racing. You know, there's not like, this is about building an indelible relationship with the voters of the state of Michigan. My job at the end of the day is that they know who I am, warts and all, that they can predict what I will do based on what I've said I will do and based on what I've done, based on how I come to my decisions. And if they know that and they know me, then I'm betting I win. And at the end of the day, the thing that you'll get with me is I'm pretty consistent. I've been saying the same thing since 2018 when I ran the first time. I didn't take corporate money when I ran the first time. I understood how devastating it was for our politics the first time. I've been about the same things consistently. I got yelled at by a lovely old lady at church. She was like, why are you not talking about new things? I was like, because we got the same old problems. You give me some new problems, I'll talk about new things. But at the end of the day, we got the same old problems. And so until we solve the same old problems, I'm gonna keep talking about the same old problems in the same old ways because there are real solutions there. They're right there. Now look, we got some new problems, right? Like think about AI and data centers and all these other things. Yes, new, but at the end of the day, you kind of can predict where I stand. Why? Because I stand against corporations dominating our politics to get their way, right, in ways that hurt us. Pretty consistent across the board. So look, at the end of the day, my bet is when people know who I am, when they see what the name is actually about, I'm betting that they're going to support us. That's the best bet I can make. I wish both of my opponents well in their race, trying to do the same things, but I got nothing against them. I've got a lot more about what I want to do to stand between Michiganders and a brutal corporate politics that has had their way with them for far too long.
But do the narratives reflect what you're seeing on the ground?
Yeah. I mean, like, look, I talk to people every day, and you know, it's rare that we end up sharing space outside of a certain number of forums. But I'll tell you that people are sick and tired of watching politicians come and tell them what they're going to do, only to find out that things have just gotten worse over time. There's a thing that happens with politicians. There's a certain willingness to move on positions because it seems to be a short-term opportunity here. And people don't realize that when you move, you're saying something about your steadfastness on its own terms. And the only thing I can communicate is, I'm consistent, right? And I don't back down to anyone. So, you know, if that's what folks want, then I'll win this race. If that's not what folks want, then so be it. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, like, I am not willing to bend, right? Because somebody has told me that it was more politic to do. Like, that's just not who I am. It's not in my DNA. It's not how I work. You've covered me long enough to know that.
Thank you guys. We're gonna have Hasan Summer, Abdul stay here, and press exit out the black curtain that way.
Yeah, thank you guys for being here. Sir, just need
I have all my stuff. Oh, I'm sorry.
Can you grab a drink?
Oh, yeah. Come in, my thing. No, I got it.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for coming. Rhea, great question. Appreciate you.
That's great.
Thank you.
And we'll talk with you, Mina, at U of M. Okay, yeah.
That was messed up how good you were. Messed up.
See you guys in Ann Arbor.
Thank you, man.
See you in Ann Arbor.
You did me dirty.
No, I didn't. Kyle, yes. Okay.
And would never.
Oh, look who it is. What's up, boys?
You know these guys? They're the best.
Of course, I'm a huge fan of these guys.
Yeah.
Locking down Michigan. Come on now.
Hell
And in the
yeah.
office. How you doing, man? You good?
Chad, you might have seen these two wonderful gentlemen on your TikTok feeds. That's precisely where I encountered their commentary, and I was like, why so much leg? That's the first thing I thought. I was like, there's a lot of leg here, okay? Short shorts and just legs for everyone to see. And then I was like, damn. 'Cause whenever I see like a new political commentary outlet, I'm always like, oh, here we go. These guys are going to be like moderates. Because that's all I see.
White boys, yeah.
White boys talking to one another, and I'm like, here we go. They're going to be like, oh, it's Hasan is a dangerous, malign, a malignant force in America.
Once the check clears, I'm going to be on that way.
DNC, get on it. Get these boys laced up.
Exactly. Get us out of the Midwest.
Yeah. What's up? Are we doing something, or are you guys just chilling?
Well, we were going to interview.
Yeah. I think we have to go to the next place, right? Or is that what we have 5 more minutes? Okay, sure, we can do it.
Inhale a sandwich real quick.
Okay.
I'll do it one-handed.
Okay, you're gonna one-handed. All right.
Guys, do you want to set up right here and you guys can face
Sure.
I can't do a one-handed chat. I'll starve. It's okay.
I'll grab something for you on the road. We get a roadie. Oh. I mean, you can. I don't know.
No, I know you was great.
Yeah. I hope so. I hope we're past it, because honestly, it kind of feels like the Democrats. No, but it's just so funny because they genuinely think this is like a reliable angle of attack, and it's just like they don't understand. But they don't understand. Like, people hear that and they go, "What the fuck are you talking about? Who is Hasan?" Like, no one no one who knows of me that has an opinion on me is going to they're either going to love me and they're already going to be voting for Abdul, or they're going to hate me and they're definitely not going to vote for most likely any Democrat, right? So like, it's so unbelievably stupid to try and do this, especially on an issue that's 90-10. Anyway, all right, let's do it. Good to go. Yeah, we are good to go. Why is because he can lift 3 plates. Honestly, I was like looking through the candidates and I was like, who can actually outbench that drunk rapist Pete Hegseth, the Secretary of War, and that guy is Abdul El-Sayed. I was like, yeah, that's the guy.
Any Democrat that benches 315, I'm there.
Yeah, Jamal Bowman shouts out. He can also do it. See, I know my candidates.
Now, we're at Michigan State University. What do you think Democrats broadly need to do to get youth voters out?
I think they need to demonstrate that they're responsive to their needs. It's so weird that like it's the constant thing that I try to bring up to politicians whenever I talk to them. I'm like, dude, listen to the voters and be identifiable by key policies that will immediately improve their material conditions. Like, that's what people want. That's what democracy is about, right? We're not reinventing the fucking wheel here. But so many politicians, and I will say, Abdul will never say this. He's not about the horse race or rat race, as he said. But I think like there's a type of politician that is trying to always moderate, and they don't want to lead on issues. They're afraid to lead on issues. They're afraid to be out there in any way, shape, or form. And what I really appreciate about Abdul is he is unafraid. He's very bold. He wants to fight. That's exactly the type of candidate we need right now. And I wish that other Democrats that are already in office would also take note of that kind of politician, really, and start saying it like it is. Because people aren't dumb. Like, we don't have to do this song and dance about like our allegiance to the state of Israel because that looks transparently like you're in the pocket of AIPAC. Like, you are absolutely worried about getting yelled at, getting your donors to give you calls that are going to hurt your feelings, and maybe even withdraw support, God forbid. Just have a people-backed candidacy and stand on your fucking convictions and stand on your principles and actually fight back for once. That's what people want, and I think that's what Abdul represents very well. All right, man. Good to meet you. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you guys. Yeah. You want to take a photo?
Yes, sir. Come on.
All right.
For the Instagram. I saw this. Give me the camera. Oh, true. Stop me. We're so tall. Like, it's actually crazy. I do that. Yeah, exactly. All right, get closer.
All right. Actually, let me get you. Or let you get
you. That makes sense.
Yeah, sure, that'd be great. Excuse me.
You're getting a side
Okay.
Why am I on a recording?
Because it was just recording. I told you to switch it to photo.
I hope that McMorrow interview happens, by the way.
I'm not an iPhone person.
No, I'm a fan. I watch you guys, man.
She ducked us.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
3, 2, got it.
No, I don't think there's any chance we get her now.
Especially now that we're posting clips and we're doing everything.
But still, like, I think people shouldn't be afraid to have tough conversations, you know?
Absolutely not.
All right, let's get to the
and
sandwiches.
She absolutely is.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right. Here.
Yeah, we're two.
Oh, hell yeah.
Nice.
Food time. I want this one.
We're gonna have I mean, no disrespect to this place, obviously, but like.
You think I won't be hungry by then?
Others. Oh yeah, that's true. Fucking chatters that don't know. Chatters that don't know. March is an eater. I think you do.
I think that
you don't stop
right
eating,
now,
motherfucker.
we
It's
are
crazy.
at such a critical juncture, and we need people who are going to be straight.
For context, the green artifacting is due to cellular encoding breakdown. It's not an HDMI or hardware issue.
We need people who are going to fight for the least of these, marginalized people who are fighting in wars, who are going to be
You're a bad
steady voice for people who have
We need to find a way to charge on the car.
And I think that Abdul has been so clear about that, and I think that his progressive politics, but also his willingness to be there is so important, especially right now.
Now, it seems like progressives are rising, and a lot of moderate or establishment types would tell you that in suburban states like Michigan or Pennsylvania, you got a marginalized message. What would you say?
I think that there are a lot of people who think that they're political experts, and they're not. I don't think that there's people, I don't even think that people orient themselves on this strict left, right, binary spectrum. I think that people orient themselves to the conditions that they live through every single day.
Yeah, but one of the chatters gave this time.
Pennsylvania and Michigan are swing states, but within them are Detroit and Pittsburgh and Philadelphia. That every district is diverse and different, and they all deserve somebody who's going to represent them in that way. So this idea that you have to, and you can only do it one way, moderate in between that.
Should have brought my batteries in my hotel room.
In November, people are going to decide between the direction that Donald Trump is taking this world,
Amateur
or they're going
hour.
to decide between a politics
Unbelievable.
that is inclusive for everybody, that is positive, that wants people to have more access to wealth, to opportunity, to health, to air quality, all of those things, or somebody who wants to genocide an entire country.
You said that's not the standard you're aspiring to.
I want Trump to be removed by any means.
They're still grilling Fox News, is still grilling him on me. It's crazy.
The process through Congress, which again he is twice impeached. So right now we would need Republicans who have so far abdicated their post as a co-equal branch of government. Right now, Mike Johnson could bring us back. Clinton could bring the Senate back, and we could do the right thing right now and remove a president who is clearly incapable of serving. And if we won't do it, Republicans will not move us on that, and the cabinet can move to vote the 25th Amendment. So those are two pathways that we have right now to do the right thing. We have two shots at this, and we don't have to miss it on one. Listen, right now, the most important Senate race is the one happening right here, and we need to build. So we need to take every single shot that we have to get good, people-centered votes in the Senate. The Senate can be a cold. But I'm trying to get a duel in there to make sure that the Senate is looking right for the American people. And there will be other shots in between here. So let's talk about all the opportunities that we have. But right now, yeah, I hope that in 4 years, that Pennsylvania gets a Senate. I don't know. People are going to get a vote. I believe in democracy.
Actually, we can grab it now. While you guys start, hold on, let me grab my stuff from the side.
Let's do it, man. I've been waiting for my invitation back. Like,
oh, it's an open invite.
Is it? Yo, like, you gotta give me some of your shorts.
Oh yeah, get you some shorts.
Let's just keep it charging for now.
Okay.
We'll just wait.
Good call. Just stand over there.
Yeah, we'll just wait here. We'll wait here before we get in the vehicle. Because I want to get maximum juice out of that charger.
I love my boys in blue.
Oh my lord. It's so there's such a massive disconnect between like how DC operates and how DC media operates and how like normal people are. And I feel like they don't understand where they're like even Dave, right? Dave Weigel, who I've known for many years, right? But he still has that like DC brain sometimes. Like I saw him just post about how, you know, Summer Lee's getting less attention even though she's like out stumping with Abdul, and it's quite significant because like she doesn't have a challenger, and that's why she has no problem like, you know, aligning with Hasan or whatever. But it's like I would have, if I was out stumping, I would have stumped for her too, right?
It was a whole lot of discourse.
Like, that's like, it's not even, like these sorts of things, these sorts of like manufactured controversies have a lot less relevance and a lot less significance in the eyes of like everyday people. It's old guard politics, the idea that like, ooh, this is a controversial person, you actually linked up with them. When I'm an endlessly accessible person, so you don't only get to hear from me on short bursts on MSNBC or CNN or Fox News, you get to actually directly hear from me in an unvarnished manner. So you can make up your own mind on these sorts of things, right?
I'll just tell you
yeah, I know.
It's like a house. Let me own a house. You're gonna want the house with black mold. I used to the house with black mold.
More than 36,000 are streaming on Hasan Hunt's feed of Abdul El-Sayed, with more than 400 in the room.
One of ours, all of yours. Like, oh, I see the likeness. That's not how this is going to work. And people talk like ISIS somehow like the Constitution is not.
Anyway, what's the reaction been so far, chatters? Is there more manufactured controversy, or are we cooking?
Without shooting people in the face. Like, it's not that hard. So,
sorry, Chad, I dropped you.
Meanwhile, on Fox News, what are they talking about on Fox News?
I just think abolishing ISIS is actually
Why are Dems appearing with Hassan Piker? What we're seeing with Piker is an indication of where the Democratic Party is today. Abdul El-Sayed has a real shot at being the first Muslim U.S. senator. That's something we're seeing, the significant march of Islam across the U.S. It has been concerning to me and a lot of my colleagues. Dude, I mean, you got a fucking white robe on at that point. You know what I mean? You got the pointy KKK Klans robe on, brother. That's a you issue. You know what I mean? Like, Abdul and myself, we're born here. You know? This man loves America so much he's running for fucking Senate. Like, what is this argument? He definitely, Chip Roy, Texas congressman, he definitely loves America a lot more than you do, son of a bitch. You're fucking Republican. Clearly, he doesn't care what someone's background is. He's gonna give him health care no matter what. These kinds of arguments are so ridiculous, dude.
I get to see the manifestation of the
So ridiculous. Anyway. The B-52s are turning back. Taco Tuesday, baby. Taco Tuesday. I'll give you guys details on what like the latest updates are with Iran and everything else that's going on in a second. You know? But yeah, Democrats age 18 to 49. 52% say the conflict between Israel and Hamas is important to them personally, and 84% view Israel unfavorably. What is the fucking argument? What's the argument? What are we doing? There's still people that are like, ooh. Situation monitoring. I think it looks like it's looking to me like it's Taco Tuesday. I hope that's the case. Anyway. Grab me a bag of those Miss Vickies, bro. Miss Vickies? Little bag?
Yes.
Listen, if you have not signed up for this campaign,
I'm just kidding. I hope.
Oh yeah.
I salute you.
Excuse me.
Thank you for your service.
So now, so look, I know probably want to say.
I don't know what's going on over there, but I'll lose connection if I go over there.
Thank you for covering it. Glad we got to get everybody. Listen, seriously. Okay, look. There's going to be a lot of pressure. You need to prove to the rest of the party that responsible candidates from Abdul that actually are fighting on the church side.
Trying to figure out if I want a sandwich.
I lose reception over there.
You are constantly worried. You're like, why are the
What's bro
Democrats
saying?
not here
What's he
for us?
yapping
Why are the
about?
Democrats not fighting for us? Well, you know why. Because guys like Abdul have a harder time getting out of primaries. They're much easier. They have a much easier time in the general. We saw this with Bernie Sanders in 2016. We saw it again in 2020. We can't let it happen anymore. You have to go out and talk to your parents. You have to door knock. You have to phone bank. We have to fundraise for them because there's going to be tens of millions of dollars that they're going to dump into this race, both in the primaries as they've already started and certainly in the general as well. So it's up to all of us to fight for not just Abdul, but people like Abdul as well, all around the country. But you have a very important mission. So I hope you can do that. All right? Thank you for coming.
Thank you. Go great.
Go White. We gotta go.
Can we get like a group photo really fast?
Sure. Quick. You do it. Yeah, you take it.
3, 2, 1.
Free Palestine!
Thank you. I have the same shirt.
Yeah, U.S. student workers. I love them. Let's go, Reed. Let's go, Reed. Thank you so much.
All right, nice to meet you guys. All right, I gotta go.
Hassan.
Thank you.
I can't.
Love that.
You gave me one assignment. You didn't even tell me to stay. That's great.
All right, we're good.
Oh shit.
Damn, it's cold.
Oh, she's a cold one. Oh, there's people here too.
Monka W.
So wait, whose charger was that? It's his, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so as long as we have it.
Yeah, we're good. Thanks for coming, guys.
Thanks so much, man.
You guys were awesome. All right, we gotta go. We have another college to go to. Nice to meet you guys. Hell yeah.
Thanks.
How are you doing? Check the shirt out. That's what I'm talking about. You got one.
Wait, can I get one?
All right, we gotta go. Sorry.
Bye, Misty.
Alright. Same seating arrangement if possible.
Yep. Same seating arrangement. Sounds good. What? When am I gaming?
When's gaming, man?
All right.
Do you want? No, because he's too small. He's too big. I was
What's
gonna say,
up?
do you want?
I'm fine with that seat. That's fine. It doesn't matter. Sure. Where is it?
I just want to make sure that he's getting on to the meetings.
Yeah.
It don't make a difference. So I'll wait.
Sure, we can do that.
Oh yeah,
Where's he at?
I'll let you guys decide.
Kissing babies.
The man just left. I don't know where he is.
Oh, he did?
No, he didn't leave. He didn't leave.
He might
Well,
have
I don't
just
know,
gone-
man.
he
He
might
did
have
a.
gone.
He's right there. He's right there.
Yeah, I was saying he did a handoff. He was like, "You guys talk to them." And
I
then
see
he
him.
was gone.
Yeah. All right. Don't forget the door knock for Abdul, all right? Phone bank and door knock. Talk to your parents.
And your younger siblings.
All right.
All right, brother. I was gonna ask you where you want to sit. So that
Yeah, you want to sit next? All right.
So that you don't have to.